Our holiday recap show. All day long, we're going to be taking a look at some of the major preps along the Kentucky Oaks and Kentucky Derby trails. We'll start things out focusing on the male side of things, and we'll go back to the 2-year-old season. We'll see Forte rise to prominence and move on to an Eclipse Award as the 2-year-old champion. We'll also look at nice performances last year from Instant Coffee, Practical Move, and more. All that coming up.
They're in the gate. And they're off. And Echo again for that outside post, sent on for speed right off the mark. Jace's Road is there, so too Curly Jack, and Damon's Mound comes on through. Here's Damon's Mound with a forward position for the run to the opening turn. In fact, has come on through to take the lead. So Damon's Mound's going to set the pace. Jace's Road is a stalking second. Zaitzu tugs up into third. Haystrike toward the inside is fourth. Echo again is 3 or 4 wide in fifth. Curly Jack shuffled back into sixth. Confidence Game is wide in seventh. A very tight pack up top. A break of 2 from there to Jin Tong. And 3 back to Honed the trailer. Damon's Mound bounding along down the backstretch run. Sharp opening quarter, 23 and 2. There's 5 furlongs to go. Echo again has advanced up on the outside, and so now these two are head and head for the lead with 4 furlongs to go. Damon's Mound and Echo again races on to the far turn. 2 lengths back to Jace's Road. Confidence Game on the outside is now fourth. Haystrike toward the inside racing fifth. Curly Jack has asked for more speed, 6th. Jin Tong, Zaitzu, and at the back is Honed. Round the far turn, Echo again, and Damon's Mound knocking heads to the quarter pole. Damon's Mound on the inside, set down for the drive. Echo again is right there. They're shoulder to shoulder off the turn, top of the stretch now. Echo again's in front. Damon's Mound is back into second. Closers coming quickly. Here's Curly Jack. Here's Jace's Road. Here's Honed down the outside. In behind it's Haystrike. There's 1 furlong to go, and Curly Jack has come away with the lead. Jace's Road rallying inside. Honed down the center. Final 16th. It's Curly Jack digging in. Honed trying to get by second, but it will be Curly Jack from off the pace to win it. Honed was second. Jace's Road was third. Haystrike was fourth. Off the board, both Damon's Mound and Echo again.
Set, and they're off. Racing into stride for the Juddmonte Royal Lodge Stakes. This Group 2 over 1 mile. And with a big white face, it's Dubai Mile that would lead them at a very steady gallop. Shows by a length and a half to the hot favourite Flying Honours, who runs in second in the Royal Blue there under William Buick. The dark blue to the outside is Greenland under Ryan Moore. And tucked in last of the 4 is the Foxes. So going on at this steady pace, it's Dubai Mile that dictates the tempo, and a Dunny Musket leads by a length or so. It's a Greenland who shadows Flying Honours, pretty much a dispute for second. And last of the 4 is the Foxes, as they make their way inside the final 5. It's Dubai Mile on the front end, still at this very steady pace indeed. Leads a length and a half to Flying Honours to the inside of Greenland. And no move yet from the Foxes under David Probert. And they're racing inside the final half a mile. So 3 halfway, Dubai Mile still out in front and leads by the best part of a length over Flying Honour. So impressive in those last 2 wins. Greenland to his outside, and then the Foxes. The pace now just beginning to increase as they go towards the final 2.5 furlongs. Dubai Mile is the one to get by. Leads by the best part of 3 parts of a length as they went by the bushes. Flying Honours is now being pushed along. The Foxes over toward the far side, and then came Greenland. They race now into the dip. Dubai Mile with a slender lead. Greenland to the outside begins to put it all in. Flying Honours trying to dig deep. The Foxes every chance over on the far side. All 4 of them with a squeak inside the final 100 yards. The Foxes and Flying Honours in Dubai Mile. The Foxes just in front. Wins the Royal Lodge. The Foxes tight for second, Dubai Mile and Flying Honours. And close up last of 4, Greenland.
They're lined up. And they're off. 5 runners over the mile in the Group 2. Alan Smurfett Memorial Beresford Stakes. Won last year by Luxembourg. It's Lakota 7 on the outside of the favourite Adelaide River. as they race the end of the first furlong, climbing uphill. Bit of a break back to the maiden Young Ireland on the outside of Roaring Gallagher, and the back marker in these early stages climbing up towards the 6 mark is Crypto Force. It's Adelaide River and Wayne Lordan leading by half a length to Lakota 7, and Declan McDonough with a break of 3 lengths to Young Ireland, and Kevin Manning disputing third place with Roaring Gallagher and Shane Cross, and the pale blue jacket with the back marker Crypto Force and Colin Keane. No changes coming down towards the halfway stage. Not a whole lot between Adelaide River and Lakota 7. A little bit closer in third and fourth, Roaring Gallagher and Young Ireland, with Crypto Force last of the 5. Coming inside the halfway stage in the Group 2, Alan Smurfit Memorial Beresford Stakes. And the leader is Adelaide River by less than a length to Lakota 7, nudged along in second, 2.5 lengths back to Young Ireland and Roaring Gallagher. Trying to come into it as Crypto Force, racing on just outside the final 2 furlongs. And it's Adelaide River in front from Lakota 7. Coming right into it is Crypto Force, the purple jacket on the outside. Then Roaring Gallagher, relegated to be last of 5, is Young Ireland, racing towards the final furlong. And it's Adelaide River and Wayne Lordan on the outside. It's Crypto Force and Colin Keane. These two have the finish to themselves. And it's Crypto Force edging to the front from Adelaide River as they run up towards the finish. It's Crypto Force stepping up big time at the Beresford. Second, Adelaide River, Young Ireland in third. Then Roaring Gallagher, and last of the 5, Lakota 7.
They're all in line. And they're off in the 151st running of the Champagne. Andiamo a Firenze from that inside post. Gulfport from the outside. But it is Andiamo a Firenze who has the lead as the field moves up the chute and heads for the backstretch. Andiamo a Firenze by 3/4 of a length. Gulfport on the outside running in second. Verifying and Champion's Dream, their heads apart third and fourth. Top Recruit was off a step slow, was down on the inside and in fifth. And Blazing Sevens trails the field in sixth, the quarter in 23 and 1. Andiamo a Firenze leads here by a length. Verifying second by a head. Gulfport on the outside is in third. Length and a half to the gray. Champion's Dream in fourth. Then Top Recruit and Blazing Sevens. It is Andiamo a Firenze still leading here after a half mile in the slop in 47 seconds. Gulfport now ranges up on the outside. Verifying is down at the rail. It's a length and a half to Champion's Dream. And Blazing Sevens, and farther back is Top Recruit. Andiamo a Firenze takes the 2-year-olds to the top of the stretch. In front here by a length and a half. Gulfport on the outside. Verifying down towards the rail. 3/4 in 1:11 and 4. Andiamo a Firenze challenged on the inside by Verifying. On the outside by Gulfport. And here comes Blazing Sevens out in the middle of the track as they come down for the 16th pole. Here is Blazing Sevens. Verifying is there. And Gulfport. But is Blazing Sevens to pull off the upset in the Grade 1 Champagne. Blazing Sevens by 3 lengths. Verifying was second, and Gulfport finished third. The time for the mile was 1 minute, 37 seconds.
To go in, and so they break away, and Tigre slipped coming out of the gates there and almost got rid of Ryder. She's very quickly recovered though, as the blue and white striped jacket of Vicious Harry is the one who goes through to lead them. Green with the white checks on the sleeves of Pivotal Trigger running in second. GameStop away well today, holds third position early on. The light blue jacket of Bell Beck is a half length behind him, running in fourth place. Green colours for Tash races to the outside of Tigre. She's now got her way over to the inner running rail, and Bray's Sky in a brown jacket, a red cap, is the back marker of these 7 runners now about to turn into the straight. The long run down the home straight here, still well over 600 metres to go. Vicious Harry continues to have the advantage with a plain white cap, a green jacket, Pivotal Trigger running in second place. Right in behind those is GameStop, and then the light blue of Bell Beck. On the right in green is Shartash beginning his challenge. Tigre is very hard at work now against the far side running rail, and Bray's Sky is beginning to make some progress as well, as GameStop in the blue and white has come through to take it up now from from Belbeck in the light blue. Chartash behind that, then comes Brave Sky, and now Belbeck in the light blue has just got to lead and goes ahead of GameStop. Brave Sky coming with those. It's just Belbeck who's won with Mikel Barcelona for Fabra by about a neck or so to in second position GameStop. Brave Sky was.
And they're off in the American Pharaoh. And Cave Rock goes straight to the front. National Treasure up alongside. Skinner is close. Hijazi 4 wide into the first turn, but right up and on the pace. Odonata's just behind them. Gandolfini is down at the rail. And in between those two, Manchild, the distant early trailer is McNamara. Cave Rock in control early. Opens up 2. Hijazi, National Treasure, side by side, second and third. Skinner is widest of all, about 3 lengths off the pace. Then it's Manchild racing between rivals and Gandolfini at the rail. This group covered by just 3.5 or 4. A gap of 5 back to Odonata, who's then 5 in front of McNamara. Juan Hernandez and the undefeated Cave Rock with a half-mile left to go in the American Pharaoh. Showing the way by 2. National Treasure clearly second. Hijazi, Gandolfini is down at the rail. Another 2 lengths back to Skinner being pushed along. Manchild inside of him. 4 more to Odonata and McNamara. They're coming to the quarter pole behind Cave Rock, who's just been cruising along. Cave Rock turns for home with a 2-length lead. National Treasure running a good race on the outside second. He takes up the chase with a furlong left to go. Cave Rock by 3. National Treasure, Hijazi, and Gandolfini. It's all Bob Baffert in the American Pharaoh, but Cave Rock is at the head of the class. And Cave Rock, ultra impressive, stretching out successfully to win by almost 6 lengths in the American Pharaoh. National Treasure, Hijazi, and Gandolfini.
First wire, they are at the post. And they're off in the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity. There goes Newgate. Newgate comes right out for the lead. Bourbon Bash has early speed. Loggins is there. Here's Good Heart up on the outside, and these 4 come forward to vie for the early lead as they head to the first turn. Carmel Road going to move up in the center of the track in 5th, and now starts picking off a few positions from there. Frosted Departure is in 6th as Good Heart drops back alongside of that one. Forte is in 8th spot down toward the rail heading off the first turn. Two Fills is in 9th. Fantastic Again comes next, and then Instant Coffee, Red Route 1, Powerful, Lost Ark. Honed is at the back after an opening quarter goes on the board in 22.94 seconds. Onto the backstretch, still bunching for the lead. Bourbon Bash ahead in front. Loggins is there toward the inside. Newgate travels out in the center of the track in 3rd, a half length off the lead. Frosted Departure is in 4th. Carmel Road is backed off a bit into the 5th position, settles down there. A lane or 2 off the rail, running some 5 lengths from the front. Then Good Heart, Forte down toward the inside is 7 lengths from the lead. First half mile went in 46.36 seconds. Over to the far turn, Loggins is the leader against the rail, has the lead a half length. Bourbon Bash is second by a length, just over a quarter mile to go. Newgate 3rd, Frosted Departure is 4th. Here's Forte. Now Forte is going to have to swing toward the outside from the 5th position, picks up a couple of spots, has to go wider still to the top of the short stretch. Here's Forte coming after Loggins. Newgate is now 3rd. They turn for home in the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity. Forte striding forward to challenge Loggins into the final furlong, and Forte is up to take the lead. Loggins is fighting on toward the inside, but second. Forte leads at a half length. Loggins is still there toward the inside. Look at these two juveniles going at it. Loggins and Forte. Forte and Loggins. And it is Forte in the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity for Iran Ortiz Jr. What a stretch battle.
They're off for the Group 1 Vertone Futurity Trophy, and despite being edgy in the stalls, Captain Virchber on the extreme right got away well. And a marked difference of opinion here with the O'Brien pair and Frankie Dettori tracking towards the near side running rail on the extreme left, and it's Salt Lake City who leads the two towards the near side, with Epictetus, Frankie the White Jacket, and Ryan Moore sitting last of that trio aboard Auguste Rodin at the end of a couple of furlongs. Meanwhile, the nose-banded Storm Buster cluster leads them on the far side to Dancing Magic with the orange cap, and then King of Steel in a violet jacket. Holloway Boy held up in the first time visor, the red and white silks, just waiting in the wings, and on the extreme right, Captain Virgba with his flashy white face. So split by the width of the track here. They move to halfway in the Vertem Futurity. On the left, it's Salt Lake City, slipstream by Epictetus. Orion Moore sitting in behind, sitting at Frankie's quarters aboard Auguste Rodin. The far side cluster just beginning to fan out a little. Still the nose-banded Stormbuster to Dancing Magic. Captain Virgba ridden along. Holloway Boy breezing into it in the headgear, and Holloway Boy is the first to commit outside the two. He's kicked on here. Now Ryan Moore sends Auguste Rodin on the left out after him. So Holloway Boy just beginning to wander off a true line. Wants a bit of company. Auguste Rodin on the near side ahead of Epictetus. Holloway Boy's drifted right across to the near side, but he can't match Auguste Rodin, who's beginning to forge clear. He's opening up. Epictetus chasing, but it's Auguste Rodin chiseling out a gritty success, and it's a record-breaking win in the race for Aidan O'Brien. Auguste Rodin sees off Epictetus. Holloway Boy back in third, bunching in behind. King of Steel involved with.
And they're off in the FanDuel Breeders' Cup Juvenile, presented by Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance. Hurricane J and Cave Rock come out to vie for the early lead. Curly Jack comes away running into third position as they head down to the first turn. Hurricane J determined to have the lead. Cave Rock is right alongside. Forte is content to tuck down toward the inside in third, just 3 lengths from the front. Curly Jack moves by that one, now takes third. National Treasure moves up from fifth, the lane off the rail, nearly 5 lengths from the front. Verifying is sixth, Wound Up is seventh, Blazing Sevens is eighth. Lost Ark is in ninth. Congruent is last of the 10. 22.9 seconds. The time for the opening quarter. Cave Rock from the outside has the lead now by a half length. Headed up the backstretch, Hurricane J goes second, 3/4 of a length. Curly Jack is third. National Treasure is fourth out in the center of the track, just over 2 lengths off the lead. Gap of nearly 2 more. Forte is fifth by a neck. Verifying alongside of that one. Congruent moves up 3 spots from last into seventh to the far turn. Blazing Sevens, Lost Ark, and Wound Up at the back. It was 47.01 seconds. The time for the first half mile. Cave Rock and National Treasure, they go 1-2 now. Hurricane J backs up to third, still within 2 lengths of the lead though. Then another length and a half to Curly Jack in fourth on the outside. Forte is fifth, and Forte is down toward the rail, tries to pick it up, looks for more running room, switches off the rail from fifth to fourth to third, but they're coming to the top of the short stretch, and here comes Forte. Cave Rock has the lead. National Treasure between horses. Forte, and then Blazing Sevens goes to fourth on the grandstand side. Forte takes clear aim at Cave Rock. These two going at it, final furlong of the Juvenile. Forte on the outside, Cave Rock on the inside. Forte to the lead. Forte, Iran Ortiz Jr. to win the FanDuel Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Cave Rock second, National Treasure third, Blazing Sevens was fourth in 1 minute 43.06 seconds.
And they're off. Curly Jack breaks out alertly toward the inside. Dennington is there. Far outside, here comes Cyclone Mischief. And Gigante comes on through between them. And Gigante is up to take the lead into the opening turn. Cyclone Mischief tucks in to track the pace from second. Freedom Trail spun out 3 wide third. Curly Jack tucks away neatly. Down inside, up into third. Freedom Trail back into fourth. Red Route 1 is fifth. Dennington covered up inside sixth. Instant Coffee comes away seventh, followed by Hayes Strike in eighth, and Western Ghent is at the back in ninth, but only about 5 lengths from top to bottom. They turn to the backstretch run, and the opening quarter goes in 24-3. Gigante with 5 furlongs to go is the leader, and Cyclone Mischief is a stalking second. No hurry to go by so far. Curly Jack continues on, covered up inside. Freedom Trail 3 wide past a half-mile pole. Red Route 1 is right there in the thick of it and just 2 lengths off the lead. Instant Coffee forced to go 4 wide to the far turn run. Haystrike trying to follow that one. Dennington shuffled back toward the rail. Western Ghent at the back, round the far turn. Cyclone Mischief comes away with the lead, but Freedom Trail is on the march now and comes on 3 wide. Instant Coffee poised right there. Gigante fights on toward the rail. Red Route 1 crying out for running room. Needs to find a way through's in very tight. Curly Jack is down inside. They're racing for the 8th pole. Gigante's re-rallied, fighting on his Cyclone Mischief. Instant Coffee coming down the center. Red Route 1. And from the back of the pack, Dennington is on the scene as well. They're inside the final 16th. Instant Coffee comes away with the lead. Instant Coffee won it. A firing line in behind in the photo for the Miners. Curly Jack was there. Red Route 1 was there. Dennington was there. And Hayes strike 2.
東亜雷電10頭がゲートの中スタートしました。ほぼ揃いました。まず芝の上好ダッシュ外10番東亜雷電ですが、内からは5番のマーゴットレーブ出ていきました。間から6番ヤングワールド向こう上面ヤングワールド、そして内5番マーゴットレーブ、そして半馬審査外10番東亜雷電が3番手です。あとは1馬審査3番ジャスリーが4番手、中段には外9番コンティノワールがつけて、内に1番のスナイチゴールド3コーナーへ向かいます。その後は半馬審査4番のイルディビーの中段の後ろです。あとは2馬審下がりまして、後ろ3頭2番のプラービ、後ろから3番手です。第3コーナーを迎えます。後方2頭はフランコルシャンが内、外には7番ミラーオブマインドで3、4コーナー中間に向かいます。残り800メートルを通過しています。5番のマーゴットレーブ先頭です。逃げてリードが1馬身、2番手に6番のヤングワールド、4コーナーへ向かいます。そして3番手が10番東亜雷電、残り600メートルを通過。あと1番のスナイチゴールド、3番ジャスリー、4コーナーをカーブして今直線コースに向かいます。5番のマーゴットレーブ、そして並んでくるか6番のヤングワールド、残り400メートル今通過。あとは広がりました3番のジャスリー、そして8枠2頭東亜雷電、外9番のコンティノワールの体勢、1番外から2番のプラービも追い込んでくる。さあ残り200を今通過する。先頭は今度はジャスリーか、外から9番コンティノワール、そして大外から2番のプラービ追い込んでくる。あるいは7番のミラーオブマインド、先頭は9番のコンティノワールが抜けてゴールイン。7番のミラーオブマインド差を詰めましたが2番手。
And they're off. Veering in there at the start was number 1 Il Miracolo. It is Arctic Arrogance going out for the early lead, with a Prove Right sitting behind. In second on the outside is WNL, next in third. The 2-year-olds go around the clubhouse turn with Arctic Arrogance on top. WNL now moves into second, and Prove Right is next in third. Then comes Quick to Accuse, who's racing in fourth. Followed on the inside by Tuskegee Airman. Oh, checking there was a number 5 Midnight Trouble, who got into some trouble there. It's almost 3 lengths back to Il Miracolo. The quarter in the slop in 24-1. Arctic Arrogance on the inside and WNL on the outside, and the two of them are heads apart as the field races up the backstretch. It is Arctic Arrogance narrowly. WNL is on the outside and in second. Prove Right is in between horses. Quick to Accuse on the outside. And now gaining some ground is a Midnight Trouble. Down at the rail is Tuskegee Airman. And Il Miracolo is the trailer in seventh, the half mile in 48 seconds. Arctic Arrogance still the leader here. The lead is 3 parts of a length. WNL on the outside runs in second. It is Arctic Arrogance and WNL, and now they are heads apart for the lead. Tuskegee Airmen down towards the rail, racing in third, and on the outside is Prove Right as the field comes for the top of the stretch. WNL on the outside of Arctic Arrogance. The two of them are right together as they head for home. 3/4 in 1, 12-1. Tuskegee Airman is all out in third, but now 4 lengths from the lead as they come down for the 8th pole. Arctic Arrogance on the inside and WNL on the outside. The front two have separated themselves from the rest of the field. WNL on the outside narrowly. Arctic Arrogance continues to battle on. They come on for the finish, and it is WNL to win the Remsen by a long neck. Arctic Arrogance was second, and a big break back to Tuskegee Airman in third.
枠入り最後、丸からピット収まって第73回全日本2歳優春スタートしました。大きく横に広がって14頭、まずは先行争い。中ほどから10番スペシャル X が出ていく。外からはコバのハンプトンお祭り男、さらには8枠ペリエールマルカラビット、内々からは2番のヒーローコールも出ていきました。 固まった先団に加わっていくのは7番のデルマ外掛け。あとは少しばらけて1番ハセノゴールド、8番のネオシエル、後ろにはリアルミート、西健ボブ、あとは後方勢3番のプルタオルネ、外には5番のコンプラドール、そして9番オーマイグンネス。縦長で2コーナーカーブに差し掛かります。先手は14番マルカラピッド、こう1点逃げました。リード2馬身から3馬身、2番手集団固まってスペシャル X、コパノハンプトン、内には12番お祭り男、それから13番ペリエール。この辺り前に迫っていきます。少し開いた中段に4番のデルマ外掛け、内を通る2番のヒーローコール、あとは開いて7番の西健ボブ、後方勢は1番のハセノゴールド、8番のネオシエル、外には6番のリアルミー、さらに後ろの圏内コンプラドール、そして最後方は3番のプルタオルで、もう1頭離れました9番のオンマイグンネスが最後方。3コーナーをカーブして3、4コーナー中間、逃げる14番マルカラビット、差を詰めるのは13番ペリエール、並びかける。その後ろにお祭り男、さらに後ろの圏内追い上げてきたのはデルマ外掛け、内からはヒーローコール、4コーナーから直線、一気に先頭を抜け出した13番のペリエールが先頭、外から伸びてくるのは4番デルマ外掛けに役を通過、間を割ってくるお祭り男、内をすくうお祭り男ペリエール、外から伸びる、一気に先頭4番のデルマ外掛けが2頭並んでゴールイン。内は12番お祭り男、外は4番デルマ外掛け、2頭並んでの入線。3番手は13番ペリエール、後ろ2番ヒーローコール、4番手外4番デルマ外掛け。
Racing. Arabian Lion begins beautifully. Fort Bragg is off nicely, and Carmel Road, showing good speed, is going to run to the lead. Tall Boy just off the pace near the inside. Practical Move is beginning to improve and goes up a joint second with Arabian Lion, but it will be Carmel Road to do the honours. Round the first turn, inside the 7/8 pole, Carmel Road from Arabian Lion, Practical Move, Tall Boy, and at the tail is Fort Bragg to the backstretch, and Carmel Road by 3 parts of a length. Velasquez sizing up the situation on the favourite Arabian Lion, is content to sit second, racing a length clear of Practical Move, who in turn is 2 lengths clear of the maiden Tall Boy. Fort Bragg on his outside. They're at the 5/8 pole, and Carmel Road gets away with a 2-length lead mid-race over Arabian Lion, Practical Move, Tall Boy, and at the rear is Fort Bragg. Less than a half mile to travel. Carmel Road makes play. A 1.5 length lead into the far turn from Practical Move, who rejoins Arabian Lion. They're followed by Fort Bragg being sent forward 3 wide. Getting on terms with Arabian Lion, who's just being niggled at the top of the stretch and is not travelling well. At the quarter pole, heading for home, and it's Carmel Road, Practical Move on the inside. Racing a long way clear of Fort Bragg, and Arabian Lion has dropped right back to the tail of the field at the 8th pole in the Futurity, and Practical Move on the inside takes the lead. It's Practical Move booting away from Carmel Road, followed by Fort Bragg. Practical Move in front, and Practical Move takes the Los Alamitos Futurity. Second is Carmel Road, with Fort Bragg third, Tall Boy fourth, and the 2-5 favourite Arabian Lion was beaten at the top of the stretch and trails the field home.
They're off in the Springboard Mile. Poor beginning for Giant Mischief. Wildlands Storm from the outside, running hard to get to the front and get some clearance, and doing so as they go to the first turn. Wild Atlantic Storm will take them into the bend. Echo again, using a shorter path up the rail now, and takes the lead away from Wild Atlantic Storm with Campfire Creek third near the rail. American Outlaw rolling up, also Ghost Hero wide in fifth. Between runners, Little Sweet Thing sixth. 4 off the pace as they go to the backstretch. After that, it's Money Run, Gun Flash, and Giant Mischief trails after the poor beginning, 9 from the front. 23.89 seconds for the opening quarter mile, moving on to the backstretch. And Echo again has it by a half length, pressed by American Outlaw with 5 furlongs to go. Third, 2.5 back, Wild Atlantic Storm, Ghost Hero fourth, outside in the clear. Campfire Creed is fifth, 4.5 back. inside of Money Run, now advancing with a half mile to go. Little Sweet Thing doing nothing yet, passed inside by Gunflash. Giant Mischief is in the clear and beginning to advance, so they bunch up going to the far turn after a half at 47.14 in the Springboard Mile, and Echo Again is on the lead by a length and a tail. Now over Ghost Hero. Giant Mischief circling the field into the turn, and Giant Mischief is 4 wide, but right there and up the rail. Here's Wild Atlantic Storm to be a big player with Echo Again. Wild Atlantic Storm grabs the lead with a quarter mile to go after 6 furlongs in a minute 12.07. Wild Atlantic Storm on top now by a length and a half. Echo Again chasing second. Giant Mischief third, well back to the rest. Furlong to go, and the big red horse, Wild Atlantic Storm, is clear by more than 3. Giant Mischief and Echo Again chasing. Here's Wild Atlantic Storm in the final yards of the Springboard. Wild Atlantic Storm in an all-out drive will take the Springboard Mile by a length and a half. Giant Mischief rallied for second. Echo Again third. Campfire Creed fourth.
The gate. And they're off in the Gunrunner Stakes, where Determinedly stumbled at the start. Jace's Road broke sharp. It's Jace's Road who's going out toward the front for Florent Giroux after that stumbling start. Determinedly is right there in second as they round the first turn. Old Alliance is next, followed toward the rail by Hayes Strike in the white cap as these 2-year-olds go to the back of the track. Raising Cane is 5 to 6 lengths off this leader, while Racing 3 clear from And the Winner Is. And at long odds, Amazing Mark has drifted back to 7th and last. 24.46 for the lead part. With Florent Giroux, it's Jace's Road. So Jace's Road leads by a half to 3/4. Luis Saez and Determinedly right there with Jace's Road for the run nearing the half-mile pole. With Old Alliance now coming up in the 3 path, while Hayes Strike is a ground-saving 4th. 4 furlongs to go in the Gunrunner Stakes. Then on the outside, Raising Cane, it's a break of 7 more to And the Winner Is, who in turn has 5 more on Amazing Mark, who remains the back marker. Half mile in 48.18 seconds. Inside 3 furlongs to go. It's Jace's Road, who continues to lead here determinedly as they come toward the quarter pole. Right there, Raising Cane, and toward the inside is Hayes Strike. Jace's Road and Determinedly 1-2 off the turn. 3/4 in 1 minute 12.54 seconds with Raising Cane in third. And the winner is on the far outside, but for Florent Giroux, it's Jace's Road who's finding this final Fairgrounds furlong. Jace's Road leads determinedly by 3.5 with Raising Cane, and the winner is then Hayes Strike. It's Jace's Road. Jace's Road wins here by 5 in the Gunrunner Stakes. Raising Cane snatched second on the line from Determinedly. Hayes Strike 4th, and the winner is 5th. Well clear.
Come on.
I want sales reports on my desk by Monday.
Whoops. My bad.
Love racing? RTN brings you every live simulcast on your home television, plus live video streaming and race replays on your PC and mobile devices. To order, visit rtn.tv. RTN, a breed apart.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us on this holiday. We continue our look at some of the major Kentucky Derby prep races. Getting back to the early part of 2023, we'll look at Instant Coffee and the win in what turned out to be a potent Lecomte. Confidence Game ran third in that race, subsequently won the Rebel at Oaklawn, as the Fairground Stakes races have turned out to be very productive this year.
They're off. Victory formation broke beautifully. Goes to the front from Western Gent, who is sent for speed early. CJ Storm is also there, and Victory formation looks like he'll only be in the 3 path at the clubhouse turn. Nope, he's going to cross and clear, and Flavien Pret asked him for speed, and he beats Western Gent to the punch at the clubhouse turn. Victory formation takes charge. Then Then comes Communication Memo. How did he do that in Dennington? Followed by Angel of Empire. And the distant trailer is 10 days later as the undefeated Victory Formation is the leader to the backstretch. He leads it by a length and a half from Western Gent, who now tugs up and is going to try to challenge from the outside. These two are 4 lengths clear of Longshot CJ's Storm. Communication Memo and Angel of Empire are together. They're about 4 from the front. Angel of Empire is about to move into third under Joe Talamo, and he's about 2.5 from his front-running stablemate. Dennington and How Did He Do That are next. The trailer is still 10 days later. The finish line is the 16th pole, and Victory Formation is still in charge. Victory Formation gallops along a length and a half in front of Western Gent in second. Angel of Empire continues to move. He could get into second soon to the outside CJ Storm and Communication Memo. Victory Formation. He's at the top of the stretch, and he's built up a 3-length lead. The whip is out on Western Gent. Angel of Empire is at the rail, and Victory Formation comes to the final 16th in front by 2 lengths. Angel of Empire is running a very good race, trying to run down his stablemate, but he's going to be second to the Sparty Jones Stakes winner, the undefeated Victory Formation. Victory Formation beat Angel of Empire. Brad Cox won 2. Dennington might have just nipped Western Gent for third.
And they're off. Andiamo a Firenze has early speed. Towards the inside is going to be Valenzen Day. Lugan Knight emerges here with the early kick. Then comes Arctic Arrogance out wide. They line up on the front as they get set to come out of the chute. In the Jerome, it's Lugan Knight. Dylan Davis now with a neck in front. Tight hold here, Arctic Arrogance. Down at the inside is Valenzen Day. Breaking on top was Andiamo a Firenze. Is now in between rivals. Got back there to 5th. Up on the outside here, now challenging for 3rd is Narciso Dali. It's a very tight hold. General Banker running up on heels, second to last. And the trailer, Neural Network. They're pretty tightly bunched as they work up the backstretch. It's Lugan Knight who's got the lead, 23.41 for that opening quarter mile. Now more settled here in second is Arctic Arrogance. The favorite is in the 2 path. 3 wide there is Narciso Dali as they've got a half-mile left to go. Down at the rail is Valenzen Day, and Jose Gomez is there with Andiamo a Firenze, who now progresses, splits rivals. Still wide is going to be General Banker. Neural Network has 6 lengths to make up now. As in front, it's Lugan Knight, 47.70 seconds for a half-mile time. Arctic Arrogance. Jose Lezcano just took a look back, and Arctic Arrogance is getting ready for the cue as they approach a quarter mile left to go. They are head and head here. Arctic Arrogance is ready to challenge a very game Lugan Knight down towards the inside. Trying to rally on his General Banker, and from the back it's Neural Network, who still has 5 lengths to make up a final furlong, and they are shoulder to shoulder here in the Jerome. Arctic Arrogance did not run by Lugan Knight, who's very game to the inside for a 16th to go. Lugan Knight is still there. Arctic Arrogance couldn't pass. Lugan Knight game and wins the Jerome. It's Lugan Knight over Arctic Arrogance, then General Banker, and Neural Network in 1 minute 37.77 seconds.
They're in the gate. And they're off in the Sham Stakes. Very clean start. Reincarnate, joined immediately by Spun Intended. Paxawallop came out with good speed, and National Treasure is down at the rail, coming through now to take third. Newgate is at the back of the field. Reincarnate sets the pace, prompted by Spun Intended, who's within a neck second. 2 more National Treasure inside Paxawallop. Paxawallop moves into third, and another 3 back to Newgate as they swing on to the backstretch. Reincarnate and Spun Intended. Spun Intended puts those red blinkers in front past the 5/8 pole. A length and a half, Paxawallop with National Treasure tucked in neatly and eager at the rail. Another 2 back to Newgate with a half-mile to run in the Sham. And it's Reincarnate and Spun Intended. They've been together since the gate opened. Paxawallop is 3 deep. National Treasure just inside of him. And 2 more to Newgate. There's been no change. Reincarnate, a neck in front now of Spun Intended. Now it's a half length coming to the quarter pole. Newgate makes an early move with the yellow cap, and he joins the party. And National Treasure is in the thick of it as Paxawallop drops back. They're at the top of the stretch, and it's Reincarnate confronted by Newgate. Spun Intended is being eased in the late stages, and now National Treasure angles to the outside as they come to the 16th pole. Newgate on the outside, and a resilient Reincarnate trying to fend him off. Reincarnate, Newgate, National Treasure, Reincarnate, and Juan Hernandez to take the sham. Newgate was second, National Treasure finished third, and it was a long way back to Paxawallop in fourth.
3, they're in the gate. And they're off. And the Lecomte Stakes. Echo again, Dennington, Bromley, and Confidence Game is quick to engage these as they race toward the first turn, and Two Phils in the black cap as they enter the first turn. It's Echo again with Bromley in between horses, and Confidence Game is in the 3-path, 7 furlongs to run. Then comes the gray Dennington. Two Phils is outside that and will settle back by Luis Saez, the favorite. Instant Coffee trails as they go to the back of this historic New Orleans track. It's Echo again. So Echo again leads the Lecomte for Tyler Gaffalione. The first quarter covered in 24.20 seconds. It's Echo again. Echo again in front here. Bromley by 3/4 of a length with Confidence Game right near the pace. Echo again, Bromley, and Confidence Game for the run to the half-mile pole with Dennington a ground-saving fourth. Jareth Laberian, Two Phils, 5 lengths off this leader. It's still Echo again with inside 4 furlongs to run. The trailer is Instant Coffee. Half-mile for the front runner. Echo again, 47.19 seconds. They round the far turn. Echo again as Confidence Game now makes this bid for James Graham. Midpoint on the turn. It's Echo again, Confidence Game. And here's Two Phils, who's ranging up on the outside. Two Phils making 3-path progress, and Instant Coffee is gaining as the pace starts to percolate. They turn for home 3/4 in 1 minute 12.02 seconds. It's Two Phils. Instant Coffee charging hard on the outside. Echo again led but is dropped back. They come down toward this final Fairgrounds furlong, and here's Instant Coffee, who's been lifted to the lead by Luis Saez from Two Phils. Second toward the inside. They're close to home. It's Instant Coffee. Instant Coffee wins the Lecomte Stakes by 3. Two Phils was second, Confidence Game third, and Dennington finished fourth.
They're at the post. They're off. Arabian Night could not have broken any better. Right to the front from a hard scent, Frosted Departure. And Frosted Departure is going to make the favorite work early. Arabian Night leads the length. Frosted Departure is second. El Tomate away in third. Then Corona Bolt and stablemate Jace's Road. They both have about 4 lengths to make up. Western Gen and Sun Thunder are next, and the trailer is Red Route 1 as they turn into the backstretch in the 58th running of the Southwest Stakes, and Arabian Night is strong. He leads by a length and a half from Frosted Departure, who did everything he could do to press this front-running favorite, but now he'll have to sit second, 2 lengths behind Arabian Night and John Velasquez. El Tomate to the outside is third. Corona Bolt rides the rail for Flavian Pratt. He's fourth and 2.5 lengths off the lead. Then Sun Thunder, a 3-wide Jace's Road, and Western Gent between horses. 10 lengths last to Red Route 1, 3 furlongs to go in the Southwest. Arabian Night has the lead. He is a length and a half in front of Frosted Departure in second. Now to the outside, here's Jace's Road to put in a nice run, and Jace's Road is within 2 lengths of the lead. Corona Bolt has dropped back. Sun Thunder has 5 to make up. Arabian Night and Frosted Departure 1-2. Jace's Road has flattened out. So Arabian Night and Frosted Departure are the 2 off the top of the turn. Arabian Night a length in front of Frosted Departure in second. Here is Red Route 1 erupting from the back of the pack, but he is still 6 lengths behind his front running favorite, Arabian Night. And now he's 4 in front. Red Route 1 might get second. He will not win the Southwest. That winner is Arabian Night. Arabian Night won by 6 lengths. Red Route 1 did get second. Frosted Departure third. Sun Thunder fourth.
And they're off in the Holy Bull. Beautiful start for the favorite Cyclone Mischief, but he wants no part of the early lead as West Coast Cowboy shoots forward toward the rail. Mr. Bob, he's up to challenge, and Mr. Bob lands a narrow advantage in the run to the first turn. West Coast Cowboy is there second from between horses. Cyclone Mischief is in tight. Legacy Isle works on his outside. Rocket Can is on the far outside. Then Lord Miles from between horses Il Miracolo, and lagging behind last is Shadow Dragon.
The quarter time was 23-4. It's a reasonable pace, putting up the numbers. Joel Rosario and Mr. Bob in front by a length. Legacy Isle second, West Coast Cowboy third. Rocket Can is on the far outside, and in between horses, Cyclone Mischief. Back from there, it's Il Miracolo ahead of Lord Miles, patiently ridden while second last, and the trailer is Shadow Dragon. They make their way to the first finish line in the 2023 Holy Bull Stakes. Mr. Bob the target through a 48-4 half mile. Legacy Isle latched onto him second. West Coast Cowboy is at the rail third. Rocket Can is in the clear for Alvarado. He's only 2 lengths behind. Cyclone Mischief patiently handled by Gaffleone between horses. Then it's Lord Miles and Il Miracolo. Still at the back is Shadow Dragon. They round the far turn. The pace picks up and Legacy Isle shoves the neck on top. In tight, West Coast Cowboy from the back. Shadow Dragon is underway. Rocket Can let go in the red colors as they run to the top of the stretch. It's Rocket Can who comes away with the lead. Toward the outside, Shadow Dragon with an upset threat. Cyclone Mischief needs to do better than that. Legacy Isle is next and they're at the top of the stretch. Rocket Can tries to finish it up. Shadow Dragon takes aim. 16th to go. It's Rocket Can responding on the outside in Shadow Dragon. They come to the finish. It's Bill Mott. It's Junior Alvarado again. It's Rocket Can to win the Holy Bull by a length in the end. Second was Shadow Dragon, who fired a huge shot. He completes the Mott Exacta. Third is West Coast Cowboy in 144-4.
And they're off in the Robert B. Lewis Stakes. Arabian Lion and Hard to Figure will speed off to the lead. Worcester gets the nice tracking trip, and Newgate is tugging from the back of the field. 7 furlongs to run, and Arabian Lion at the rail with Hard to Figure about a neck back second. A length and a half back to Worcester, tucked in, joined by Newgate. 3 lengths covers the field. They have 6 furlongs to run. And it's Arabian Lion and John Velasquez just cruising along with mild pressure from Hard to Figure in second. Then Worcester at the rail with the yellow cap. Very eager in third. Newgate just outside of him. 5 furlongs to run. And it's Arabian Lion leading the Baffert charge toward the half-mile pole. Hard to Figure a half length behind in second. Worcester continues to travel nicely on the rail, and Newgate keeping pace with him. There's been no change. 3 furlongs to run. Arabian Lion to catch, trying to sneak away from Hard to Figure, who's still within a neck second. Newgate advancing steadily and willingly on the outside, and Worcester is down at the rail. They have a quarter of a mile to go. Hard to Figure, Arabian Lion, but here comes Newgate after them in third, and Worcester trails 3/16 of a mile to go. Newgate on the outside and Hard to Figure. Hard to Figure has the lead. Newgate trying to get by him second. Arabian Lion is back to third. A 16th to go. Newgate, Hard to Figure, tough. Newgate has the advantage, though, and it's Newgate to score by about a head. Hard to Figure second, Worcester third, Arabian Lion fourth in the Robert B. Lewis.
All set for the Withers. And they're off. Hit show breaks well, so does Arctic Arrogance down towards the inside with Prove Right. It's going to be Arctic Arrogance to take him into that first turn, is up by a neck with pressure right to the outside from Prove Right. 90% Maddie is now going to tuck in behind those leaders. Now doesn't. Going to drift out 4 wide there as Andiamo a Firenze is up in the early mix. That's the leading trio. 90% Maddie is cornering wide around that first turn. Down at the rail is Hit Show. The 2 at the back are General Banker and just having to wait for room there. A tight hold on Jungfrau, who is the trailer. They work to the backstretch, and it's a pressured opening quarter for Arctic Arrogance. They went 23.53 for the opening quarter mile. The big long shot Prove Right is right there to the outside in second. Andiamo a Firenze is stalking from third. Hit Show is saving ground to the inside as General Banker starts to move forward in between horses. Is challenging for that 4th position with a wide run still. 90% Maddie. Jungfrau is the trailer. Now 7 lengths off the front end of Arctic Arrogance. Arctic Arrogance went a quick 48 seconds flat Half-mile time, Prove Right has been there the entire journey. Andiamo, Afarenze, and Hit Show is moving through to the inside, and here comes the run from Hit Show. Had some fractions to run into. It's Arctic Arrogance who's got the lead. Hit Show is making this big move, but nowhere to go. Hit Show is just crying out for that room as Prove Right starts to back out of it. Andiamo, Afarenze is still in the mix as well. General Banker is trying to run on. 90% Maddie and too far back Jungfrau. Arctic Arrogance has got more. They reach the top of the stretch, and now Hit Show is out in the clear. It's Arctic Arrogance who's got the lead, but Hit Show is ready to pounce on the outside as they approach a final furlong. They are 5 clear here from General Banker, and Hit Show has taken the lead. It's Hit Show who's now striding away. Arctic Arrogance is a game second. Hit Show drops over to the rail, has less than a 16th to go. It's Brad Cox, Manny Franco, Hit Show in the withers. Hit Show gets it over Arctic Arrogance, General Banker. Then it's going to be tight here. Andiamo at Firenze over Prove Right in 1 minute 54.71 seconds.
And the race is on in the Sam F. Davis Stakes. Groveland in the center, asked for early speed. Zydeco, as expected from the outside, is quick, and Litigate going to try to go with that one. So the outside two, they've crossed all the way over to the 1 and 2 pass. Zydeco is the leader. Litigate, WNL had to tap on the brakes there. Champion's Dream, and Dreaming of Kona go in front of that one. It's another length then back to Groveland, who broke sharply but settles back fifth, but the top 5 only separated by 2. Let's break up 3 more then back to WNL. Worthington, they set up shop together. Right to their outside goes Prairie Hawk. Classic Legacy with 2 beat early on. Those are Classic Car Wash, and Laver is the trailer. 23 and 4 through this downpour. Zydeco, a long shot leader in front by a length. Champion's Dream, Dreaming of Kona out wide. Groveland stays toward the inside from 4th. The top 4 just a length and a half apart. It's a break of 3.5 more back to Litigate. Prairie Hawk starts to move inside of that one. After that, it's a break of 2 more, then back to Classic Car Wash. Moving up on the outside comes Classic Legacy. Worthington, WNL's dropped out to second last, and it's 3 or 4 more back to Laver, who trails. 46 and 4 for that opening half mile. Zydeco still the lead. Groveland wanted to go through on the inside, but couldn't quite get through and had to tap on the brakes from second. Dreaming of Kona third. Litigate trying to get going up on the outside. Rallying down toward the rail is Prairie Hawk. Classic Legacy starts to advance on the far outside with Classic Car Wash. WNL is way at the back along with Laver. They both are starting to move up just a touch. Zydeco still the leader to the top of the lane. On the outside, Litigate right up alongside. Groveland is just in behind. Classic Legacy continues to make up ground on the outside as Litigate comes up alongside of Zydeco. Litigate goes to the front. Zydeco back to second. Classic Legacy on the outside. Groveland up the rail. A final 16th to go, and Litigate's in front. It's Litigate with 50 yards left to go. Zydeco down on the rail. Groveland, Litigate still there. Groveland with one final surge, and Litigate going to go on to win it here. Groveland was second. Third ended up very close. Classic Car Wash, Classic Legacy, and Zydeco were all across the track. Third, fourth, fifth in the Sam F. Davis.
And we're off in the El Camino Real Derby. In honor of Autism broke alertly. Here comes Harson to challenge for the front end. Noel Arbor has early speed as well, and Noel Arbor is very fast. Noel Arbor trying to cross over here. Clear off has done so, and Noel Arbor getting towards the rail here. Noel Arbor opens up 2.5 lengths. Harson usually on the lead in sprints. Today he's nice and relaxed in second. Gilmore the favorite down on the inside. He's saving ground around the clubhouse turn. In honor of Autism in the meantime, he broke alertly. He's been taken back to race with the favorite Gilmore. Sea Dog is next. Chase the Chaos alongside of him, and Happy Does and Passerando. Those two race at the back together. They're all well behind Noel Arbor. Wings it out on the lead. Let's see Noel Arbor about 6 lengths ahead down the back stretch at least. Harson racing alone. He's in the second position, leads the way for the rest of the field. Gilmore settling in third and a good gallop now. In honor of Autism right outside of him. Then comes Sea Dog. Chase the Chaos goes well in the green and yellow. And then Passerando still biding his time at the back with Happy Does with a half mile left. It's Noel Arbor all alone out there. Let's see if he can keep going. Noel Arbor by 6 approaching the far turn run. Harson into the second position. He's been racing there throughout. In honor of Autism third. Gilmore niggled along a little bit down on the inside. Gilmore followed by Sea Dog. Chase the Chaos trying to get wound up. Passerando, he's under a hard ride right now. And Happy Does is dropped out as they hit the quarter pole. Noel Arbor hits that quarter mile marker, a length and a half in front. Harson trying to wear wear him down. Gilmore's following Harson at the top of the lane. He's got to pick it up, though. They come down the lane. Harson in front. Noel Arbor trying to fight back, but he's struggling now. Down on the inside, Gilmore, and Chase the Chaos is let loose. Chase the Chaos on the outside, coming to the front for the Ed Moger Jr. barn, and it's going to be the local Chase the Chaos. Armando Ayuso with the winning ride, and a pumped up Armando Ayuso gets it done aboard Chase the Chaos. Gilmore second, Passarando third, Photo for fourth.
It's a grade 2 over the 1 1/8 fast track. They're in the gate. And they're off in the Risen Star Stakes. Shaq Diesel going out toward the lead. Here's Determinedly Speed. Right there is Harlow Cap along with Victory Formation, and Private Creed also comes up on the outside. The scramble on to the first turn. It's Determinedly, Harlow Cap, and 3 wide Victory Formation in the red cap as they round the first turn with 7 furlongs to run. Shaq Diesel in 4th with on the outside Private Creed in 5th as these leaders go to the back of the track. Curly Jack is a ground saving 6th. 2 Phil 7th in between horses. Then comes the gray silver heist with Angel of Empire saving ground. A break of 2 more to Tappett's Conquest, who's 2 in front of Sun Thunder. Single Ruler, we trail back to Quiet at Midnight, and the maiden Croupy has drifted back to be 14th and last. The first 2 of 9 furlongs covered in 23.34 seconds. They have 5 furlongs to run, and it's Determinedly who leads here for Raylu Gutierrez. Determinedly in front, tracked by Harlow Cap. Shaq Diesel in 3rd. Victory Formation in the clear from 4th as they go past the half-mile pole now in the Risen Star Stakes. 2 Phils looks to gain in between horses as they round the far turn. Private Creed is wide. Curly Jack buried toward the inside. Angel of Empire starts to gain. Angel of Empire moving up in between horses with inside 3 furlongs to go. The half-mile went in 47.50 seconds. 3/4 in 1 minute 12.21 seconds. These leaders coming toward the quarter pole. It's Harlow Cap as 2 Phils looms up on the outside toward the rail, looking to stay this pace as they straighten for home is Determinedly with under a 1/4 mile to run. Coming down toward the final furlong, 2 Phils, Harlow Cap. Sun Thunder gets through toward the inside as they come down toward the final 16th. Getting in between horses, Angel of Empire, and farther out is Tappett's Conquest, who's also mustering a late rally past the 16th. And here's Angel of Empire for Luis Saez. Angel of Empire in the Risen Star Stakes. Angel of Empire has won it from Sun Thunder. 2 Phils 3rd, Tappett's Conquest 4th. Single Ruler was 5th. Croupy passed a few of them home, including Harlow Cap and Determinedly.
収まりました。スタートしました。少しばらついた飛び出しになりました。ダッシュ奥10番サンデーファンデー、まずは押して出ていきます。足元ダートに変わって内から3番ペリエール、2番手を取りました。3番手が固まって5番のモンドプリウム、7番お祭り男、この外に11番ゼットリアン固まっています。12番のエクロジャイトが一気に巻き返して先段めがけて上がっていきました。中段インコースになりました2番のクロックフォードです。この外に8番ご来光が続いていって、間から6番グレートサンド C3 頭1段の中段です。1馬身2馬身と差ができて13番のどんでん返し後方寄りの外目、4番フジラプンツェル残り 1000m、 前半600は34秒9でいっています。このインコースから1番通過リアル、ここも固まっています。3コーナーカーブ、2馬身半空いて後ろ2頭、9番のメタマックス、そして最高峰14番オメガタキシードとなっています。3、4コーナー中間へとかかります。先頭に変わりました12番エクロジャイトリード1馬身です。2番手には5番モンドプリウム、外からじわっと接近、残り604コーナー、その後ろからゼットリアン、内には10番サンデーファンデー、3番手4番手5番手集団固まって、この一角からペリエール4コーナーから直線です。12番エクロジャイト先頭、リードがなくなって残り400を通過、並んでいったモンドプリウム、その後最内を狙う10番サンデーファンデー、外から11番ゼットリアン、この外に持ち出された3番のペリエールが伸びてくる。中段からの追い込みはご来光、グレートサンド C 大外からどんでん返し200を切りました。一気に外から3番ペリエールがまとめてかわして先頭に躍り出た。1馬身2馬身と差を広げていく。2番手には11番ゼットリアン、3番手争い接戦、ペリエールだ、ペリエール、福永雄一ゴールイン、2着11番ゼットリアン、3着争い最後ずらっと広がりました。
There's the rebel yell from the Oakland Park crowd. Frosted Departure and Giant Mischief, a hard scent, powerful. These three quickest. Verifying away in fourth. Then comes Confidence Game and Bourbon Bash. Talladega just outside of him. Reincarnate and Event Detail, and the early trailer is Red Route 1, and they turn to the backstretch with lots of speed on. It is powerful, 3/4 of a length in front of Frosted Departure in second. Verifying and Stablemate. Giant Mischief are third and fourth and 2 from the front. It's 2.5 back to Confidence Game. Gun Pilots at the rail, 6th and 4 off the lead. Then 2-2, Talladega and Bourbon Bash. Reincarnate has 10 lengths to make up. He's a length in front of Event Detail. Desperately last is Red Route 1. 1/2 mile to go in the 63rd Rebel, Frosted Departure and Powerful. Verifying and Giant Mischief, watching those two from the front. Gun Pilot has moved at the rail. He's fifth now from Confidence Game. At the back of the pack still are Reincarnate, Event Detail, and Talladega around the far turn in the Rebel. Frosted Departure just in front of Powerful. Giant Mischief gets first crack at him, and here's Giant Mischief. Confidence Game is 3 deep. 2 back to Gun Pilot. Talladega is next. Reincarnate still has a long way to come, and Giant Mischief off the top of the turn is joined by long shot Confidence Game, and Confidence Game is now 1.5 lengths in front. Reincarnate is trying to split horses to the outside, and Red Route 1 from the back of the pack. It is Confidence Game. Red Route 1 moves into second. Confidence Game, Red Route 1, Confidence Game. The 63rd Rebel goes to Confidence Game over Red Route 1. Reincarnate was third, and Verifying finished fourth.
Come on.
I want sales reports on my desk by Monday.
Whoops. My bad.
Love racing? RTN brings you every live simulcast on your home television, plus live video streaming and race replays on your PC and mobile devices. To order, visit rtn.tv. RTN, a breed apart.
All right, let's turn our attention now to kind of the mid-season of the Derby Trail. Some of the March Stakes races along that trail. And first up, we have to look at the return of Forte in the Fountain of Youth. Validated his good 2-year-old season with a win in the 3-year-old debut. And Tappet Trice in the Tampa Bay Derby looked very good, giving Pletcher yet another runner on the Derby Trail.
They're off. They break away over 1 mile. In the Patton Stakes, it's a listed race, and it's Cairo, returning 3-year-old and odds-on favourite, just shading it in the early stages from Ti Amo Sempre going up to the favourite. Tracked on the inside by All Things Nice. Stormy Entry next. In between horses, the grey Cash Out, with the noseband as news at 10, followed by Tiverton. Miss Caruso brings up the rear. It's Cairo on the outside of Ti Amo Sempre, followed inside the 6 mark by Stormy Entry, racing onto the heels of the leaders, and then All Things Nice and Cash Out. After the stable companions, news at 10. Tiverton last but 1, and bringing up the rear is Miss Caruso. They've got 5 to go. And it's Cairo. Ryan Moore on the outside, matching strides with, on the rail, Ti Amo Sempre and Ben Cohen. A break of 1.5 lengths to Stormy Entry, just in third place, Shamie Heffernan. As they come up to the 4th, the halfway stage, All Things Nice is next in 4th place. And then Cash Out, news at 10. Tiverton and Miss Caruso. Very few changes, as they're about to hit the straight, just over 3 furlongs to go in the listed Patton Stakes. Very little between Ti Amo Sempre on the inside of Cairo, tracked in by Stormy Entry. On the far side is All Things Nice, who's followed by News at 10, Cash Out, Miss Caruso and Tiverton. Coming inside the final 2 furlongs, and it's Cairo who hits the front. Just leads to the final furlong, News at 10. All Things Nice over on the far side, then Cash Out and Stormy Entry is next, being followed by Miss Caruso. But it's Cairo in front as they run up towards the finish, is holding News at 10, Stormy Entry. Cash Out will be 4th as Cairo makes it a Patton-winning start to the domestic year for Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore.
And they're off in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. Forte was away cleanly enough, but Cyclone Mischief was first to begin, and he's ridden for the early lead. Up on the outside, Dangerous Ride has the same idea, so the outside two horses cross over and lead the way. Legacy Isle, meanwhile, angles off the inside, and Forte slides through at his inside. Rocket Can is next, and Mage is wide on the course. Il Miracolo is headstrong while third last. Second last, Blazing Sevens. The early trailer is Shadow Dragon. They make their way by an opening quarter in 24 seconds flat. Cyclone Mischief has the lead, and he has the rail. He leads by a length. Over long shot, racing second is Dangerous Ride. Out deep on the course in Mage. 3 wide, Rocket Can. Perfectly spotted early is Forte. The Breeders' Cup champion is only 3 lengths off the lead with Legacy Isle on his outside. These top flight horses have gone 5 ahead of Shadow Dragon, then Blazing Sevens and Il Miracolo. Half a mile to go. They go to the first finish line in the 2023 Fountain of Youth Stakes. They went 47-3 for a half mile. Cyclone Mischief, he's been in front from the outset, and he still has the lead. Rocket Can starts to make a bid second. 3 wide, Mage is third. Irad Ortiz Jr. has strong hold of Forte. He looks ready to roll, just needs some open racetrack. Dangerous Ride calls it an afternoon, then Legacy Isle as they run to the top of the stretch. Irad decides to swing out, and Forte is on the go now. Cyclone Mischief fights to hold it. From between horses, it's Rocket Can. Mage is 3 wide, but a big presence 4 wide in the form of Forte. 4 across the course as they straighten for home. Out in the center, Forte tries to overhaul Cyclone Mischief, who's very game, but Forte's very good. As a 3-year-old, he debuts with an easy victory in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. Here's your 2-year-old champion. Here's Forte, geared down. Rocket Can second, Cyclone Mischief third, Mage ran well, he was fourth. Shadow Dragon to complete your high five in 143 flat. He's back.
And they're off. Clubhouse broke very well. Unseating the rider there was How Great Is Nate. Unseated the rider at the start. J.D. Acosta was unseated at the start of the Gotham. How Great Is Nate is at the back of the field. They get set to come out of the chute. Some drama early, but up on the outside, here's Recruiter, who's now ahead in front. Down towards the inside is Carmel Road, who's going to challenge for that early lead. Eyeing Clover is taken back now, is in the third position in between horses. Up on the far outside comes Radio Red. Then at the rail, Clubhouse, who broke on top, just gets passed by Lugan Knight, who now secures the 5th spot. They get really stacked up here. The loose horses up on the outside. Transect is going to be 5 wide up the backstretch. Uncorrelated is in that mix as Mr. Swagger clear the airs towards the tail end of the field. Also back there with General Banker, Raise Kane, and the trailer, Slip Mahoney. They've got less than a half mile to go, and they went fast. 45.53, but we do have a loose horse in front, and the loose horse is now in front of this large field here in the Gotham as they're well into the far turn. Carmel Road's got the lead. Recruiter is now under drive. Eyeing Clover is going to move to the outside. How will they handle this loose horse who's in front here? Will hold that rail as they reach a quarter mile left to go. Carmel Road, they're well clear of the horse now. Carmel Road has got the lead at the top of the stretch. Up on the outside, it's Eyeing Clover who's ready to challenge. Eyeing Clover to the outside of Carmel Road, and they are lined up here on the grandstand side. Up on the far outside, General Banker, and from out of it, Raise Kane has taken the lead. It's Raise Kane who's come from the back of the field, has now passed them all. Raise Kane is well clear inside the final 16th. Raise Kane is going to draw away and win the Gotham. It's Raise Kane over Slip Mahoney, who had a late run as well. Then a photo. Eyeing Clover is there with General Banker in 1 minute 38.09 seconds in the Gotham.
They're in the gate. And they're off in the San Felipe to an even start. Go Rocket Ride and Hijazi. Those two hook up at once with Fort Bragg a clear-cut third. Bluegrass Go-Go comes away fourth. Practical Move is next. Then Genius Jimmy trying to get into the thick of it early on. Followed by Chase the Chaos. Mr. Fisk is widest of all, and it's another 3 to Skinner. They move to the 6 furlong pole, and Mike Smith takes control with Hijazi. They lead by a length and a half to Go Rocket Ride second. Fort Bragg to their outside. Practical Move under a hold in fourth, 3.5 lengths off the pace. Genius Jimmy, Bluegrass Go-Go between those two. Then Mr. Fisk and Chase the Chaos right together, and another couple to a very calm Skinner. They're heading to the half-mile pole in the San Felipe Stakes, chasing Hijazi, who leads the way by just under a length. Go Rocket Ride is in second. Practical Move inching up a closer third. He's on the inside of a 3 wide Fort Bragg. They're followed by Genius Jimmy. Mr. Fisk on the outside. Bluegrass Go-Go. There goes Skinner. Skinner is underway now and Chase the Chaos Trail. Skinner passing horses in a hurry. They're coming to the quarter pole. It's Hijazi in front. Fort Bragg, Practical Move, looking for a spot, finding it along the inside. Skinner coming with a wide bid. They're at the top of the stretch. Hijazi, Practical Move, cuts the corner now to challenge him in second. 3 back to Fort Bragg and Skinner. Down at the rail, Go Rocket Ride is running on valiantly, but it's Practical Move coming past the 16th pole in command. And Practical Move, another big effort from him under Ramon Vasquez, wins the San Felipe. Go Rocket Ride second. Skinner a closing third. Then Hijazi and Fort Bragg. The running time 142.01 seconds.
At post. And they're off in the John Battaglia Memorial. For the lead from the outside, Freezing Point, American Speed to the inside, and Eyes on the King, those three right together. Goodhart came away racing just about 2.5 lengths off the lead, covered up to the outside by the favorite Gilmore, who's in some traffic there in between horses. Freezing Point now back into the 5th position. Down the inside, Scooby Quando savoring every yard as they work around the opening turn. Then we come back to Bromley, and up to the outside of Bromley is Moon Landing. Aristocracy down along the inside, hard held. Up to the outside is Congruent as they head up the backside. Accident is last. 5 furlongs to go with the Battaglia. The quarter was 22-4. An American Speed is playing Catch Me If You Can, shows the way 2.5 lengths. Eyes on the King will let him go and track from second. From the inside, Goodhart is third. Gilmore content to track from fourth, about 6 lengths off the lead. To the inside, Scooby Quando is next. Miranda Wright starts to spiral up and up to the outside. Here comes Freezing Point, still 3. Back to Moon Landing, who's being asked to quicken. Aristocracy is under a heavy ride. And between horses, Bromley is cut loose, catching the eye. Rounding the turn in the Battaglia. Still up top, it's American Speed. But here comes Gilmore, set to strike to the outside. Also gaining ground to the outside. Here comes Bromley, many chances to the top of the home stretch. And way out wide, Moon Landing launching up after the lead. Bromley still fighting on. 3 deep down the center of the track. Here comes Congruent, and Congruent makes it 3 across the course. They're inside the final 16th, and up top it is Congruent who's going to draw away. Congruent was brilliant in the Battaglia, 1 under wraps, and he won it by 3 in the end. Scooby Quando with a good effort to be second, then Bromley and Moon Landing. Congruent, Sonny Leone in 1:43 flat. Congruent, the Grace on a Tappet rolling through the stretch, and the Kentucky Derby winning jockey comes back to Turfway and gets the victory here in the Battaglia for Antonio Sano, Tammy Bobo, and Guamo Racing Stable. Cover the mile 16th, 1:43.02. Congruent.
And the race is on in the Tampa Bay Derby. Lord Miles from the inside got away well, but Zydeco got away quicker, and Zydeco once again going to go up to assume command. Dreaming of Kona down to that one's inside, and Prairie Hawk. Those 3 right across the track as they run into that first turn. Lord Miles stays toward the inside in 4th. Classic Legacy is 5th in between horses. Shesterkin is out in 6th. It's a length and a half more back to Champion's Dream in 7th. Groveland is 8 down toward the inside. It's 2.5 more lengths then back to Classic Car Wash in 9th. Freedom Road is down toward the inside. Tappa Trice is back second last, and at the back early on is Mikey Bananas. 23-3 for the opening quarter mile, and Dreaming of Kona. Long shot emerges up to the front. Under a good hold there, Zydeco in second. Out wide, Prairie Hawk travels pretty nicely in third. Length and a half more back to Shesterkin, who's in the 4th spot. Classic Legacy is in between horses in 5th. Champion's Dream starts to move up on the outside with Lord Miles. Classic Car Wash is going to be wide. Tappa Trice going to gear toward the outside, is being pushed along. The favorite is back third last on the outside, trying to make up some ground. Mikey Bananas, and Freedom Road drops out last. 46-4 for that opening half mile. They go into the far turn. Here's Prairie Hawk up on the outside of Dreaming of Kona. Between horses, Zydeco, those 3 right across the track as they wind around that far turn. Just in behind them, Classic Car Wash starting to stoke the fires from 4th. A length and a half more back to Shesterkin. Tappa Trice is trying to get going with Mikey Bananas on the outside. They're both on the move, but they're both very wide as they come to the top of the stretch. A scramble here. Dreaming of Kona down the outside. Prairie Hawk. Classic Car Wash continues to make up ground down the center of the track. Here comes that big gray Tappa Trice right down the outside. Tappa Trice trying to mow down Classic Car Wash. Here comes Tappa Trice, and Tappa Trice going to go on to win the Tampa Bay Derby. Classic Car Wash was second. Classic Legacy third. 4th went to Prairie Hawk.
California over at Cannes-sur-Mer. Here's John Blance for the feature.
Back and away they go. Very slowly away was Coco Jack. Tenjin was also slowly away in the road to the Kentucky Derby Condition Stakes over a mile. Early stages, Brave Emperor in the first Midland Park Racing colours goes on. So up the inside, Killybegs Warrior in the orange jacket. Now just being snagged back a little bit is Alza here, who's taken into third spot. Then Metal Merchant in the two-tone green colours races in fourth. Lieber Power, Rasheen Murphy in the blue and white colours towards the rear of the field, as is Tenjin, and Coco Jack is right at the back. So they make their way down towards the end of the back straight, and it's Killybegs Warrior just about the leader to Brave Emperor around the outside in second. Followed then in third by Metal Merchant. Bit of money for this one prior to the off. Alza here is racing in fourth, the white colours. Then Lieber Power, followed then by Tenjin, and still at the rear of the field is Coco Jack as they pack up inside the final four. Killybegs Warrior out in front in the hands of William Buick from stall one, the leader, to Brave Emperor, who's been on the shoulder throughout in second. Then up the inside in third is Metal Merchant, followed by Alza here, the white jacket on the outer. Lieber Power looking to sneak round the inside. Then Tenjin, last but one. Coco Jack is right at the rear of the field. They've swung for home now, just over 2.5 furlongs left to go. Killybegs Warrior now just exercising Buick's arms. Brave Emperor is drawn alongside, but is also being asked a question. Down the centre of the track, Alza here is getting going. Then Metal Merchant as the sprint is kicked in. Furlong and a half to go. Brave Emperor's hit the front, just about the leader to Killybegs Warrior, is trying to battle back. Then Alza here on the scene from the back. Tenjin is staying on really well for Dara Keenan. Inside the closing stages they go. Alza here, Tenjin, these two battling back is Brave Emperor, racing up towards the line. It's going to be very tight just on the far side. Brave Emperor, I think, battled back to Alza here, and then Tenjin, they were the 1, 2, 3. Looks like Killybegs Warrior might have got fourth.
Come on.
I want sales reports on my desk by Monday.
Whoops. My bad.
Love racing? RTN brings you every live simulcast on your home television, plus live video streaming and race replays on your PC and mobile devices. To order, visit rtn.tv. RTN, a breed apart.
All clear.
They're off in the UAE Derby. It's not a good start for Worcester, who broke last, and Cairo goes immediately to the front, taken on by Derma Sotogake from the inside. These two have Dura Orede moving outside. Now it's Derma Sotogake and Dura Orede, the Japanese runners 1-2, while Cairo will settle just off of them. Then Continuar, followed by Perrier, who rides the rail. Break of another 2 lengths more back to Ajiz. His stablemate Tallboy is 7 lengths off the lead. Then S. Unico. Worcester has moved out of last after not a very good beginning. And then comes Goraiko to the outside of Laresh. Go Soldier Go is the trailer, and the leader is Derma Sotogake. Up the backstretch they go. Derma Sotogake 3/4 of a length. Dura Orede is running in second. Continuar is alongside of Cairo. Their heads apart, third and fourth with 2 lengths to make up. Worcester has made steady progress on the outside of Mr. Raj. Then Ajiz and Perrier on the inside. Tallboy, S. Unico, and Laresh are next. They've got 6 lengths to make up as they move for the far turn. Then Go Soldier Go and Goraiko. It is Derma Sotogake on top as the field races for the far turn. Christophe Lemaire and Derma Sotogake by a neck. Dura Orede is second, Continuar is third, Japan 1, 2, 3. And their fourth 2 now as Perrier moves up on the inside, now starts to drop back, and Mr. Raj takes fourth. Cairo under heavy pressure now in fifth. He needs to do more as Japan leads the way to the top of the stretch. Derma Sotogake under a hand ride here. Coming down to the 8th pole in control. Dura Orede is second. Then comes Continuar in third. But it is Derma Sotogake and a confident Christophe Lemaire pouring it on late. Derma Sotogake, an impressive winner of the UAE Derby, winning it easily here by 5 or 6 lengths under the wire. Behind countryman Dura Orede second, and then came Continuar in third. The final time was 1 minute 55.81 seconds. A powerful performance by Derma Sotogake.
They're off in the 2023 TwinSpires.com Louisiana Derby. And there goes Kings Barnes It's Kings Barnes, who's come right to the front. Shopper's Revenge, the gray with the rail, and Jace's Road starts an early bid, and Cagliostro, after breaking through the gate prior to the start, also up close, but it's Kings Barnes. So Kings Barnes joined by Jace's Road as they head toward the first turn. Shopper's Revenge a bit frank. Cagliostro running in fourth. Single Ruler is fifth. Tappett's Conquest a wide sixth. In the meantime, Disarm is a ground-saving seventh. Disarm right at Shopper's Revenge heels, and they have 7 furlongs to run. Sun Thunder settled in the back half of the field, clear of Dennington. Then comes Instant Coffee. Instant Coffee is running in 10th. Curling Jack is 11th, and late running Baseline Beater trails the dozen. As they go to the back of the track, 24.71 for the lead part, now at the 5.5. And it's Kings Barnes. So Kings Barnes is in the leading role. Kings Barnes in front. Leads here 3/4 length to a close-up. Jace's Road, who chases the pace. Shopper's Revenge saving ground in third. Cagliostro fourth. Single Ruler is a close fifth. Then Disarm. Right there still biding time is Disarm. On the rail, 5 lengths off this leader, Kings Barnes. Then comes Dennington with Tappett's Conquest, Sun Thunder, Instant Coffee, Curly Jack. The trailer remains. Baseline Beater. The half mile went in 49.60 seconds. 3/4 for Kings Barnes, the son of Uncle Mo. 1 minute 14.69 seconds. But now with inside 3 furlongs to go. It's Kings Barnes. Jace's Road now launching this bid. Cagliostro is a close third with Dennington in fourth. Shopper's Revenge, Single Ruler, and looking to gain on the far outside as they straighten away as Instant Coffee has the black cap. In the meantime, it's still Kings Barnes. Kings Barnes, 1 furlong to go, and Kings Barnes looking to finish them off in the Louisiana Derby. And Kings Barnes has opened up 5 lengths now on Disarm, who's gained second from Jace's Road. Shopper's Revenge. Instant Coffee is next, but it's Kings Barnes and Flavian Pratt. Kings Barnes undefeated, 3 for 3. Kings Barnes won by 4 from Disarm. Jace's Road was next, then Sun Thunder, Shopper's Revenge, Instant Coffee, and Tappett's Conquest. Kings Barnes goes wire to wire.
They are at post, and they are racing in the 52nd running of the Grade 3 Jeff Ruby Stakes. It was a good beginning for Fantastic again. Bluebirds over, away in the second position. Major Dude at 8-5 away towards the inside of him as they race by us for the first time. Wadsworth tugging hard up to the outside of Two Fills as they race towards the opening turn. Down on the inside, Congruent a bit headstrong there, a length in front of Maker's Candy. Second last as they work around the turn is Point Proven, and Escapeologist will have to do it from the back. About 13 lengths from top to bottom. They work around the opening turn in the Ruby. 6 furlongs to go. Fantastic again, showing the way 3 parts of a length. Bluebirds over from second. Wadsworth in the clear, tugging hard against a jock from third. Major Dude sequestered along the rail from fourth, covered up by both Baby Billy and Two Fills to the outside of him. 3 lengths back to Congruent. The Battaglia winner is a length in front of Maker's Candy. Then Point Proven, and a length and a half back to Escapeologist. Half mile 47-4. Into the far turn in the Jeff Ruby Stakes, and they go 3 across the course, chasing Fantastic again. Wadsworth to the outside, Bluebirds over in the middle, and here comes Major Dude up the inside as they race around the turn. Fantastic again has quickened 2 clear of Major Dude, who's to the inside of second. There goes J Love and Two Fills moving with the favorite as they race around the turn. 3/4, 1:11-4, and here they come to the top of the home stretch in a Grade 3 Jeff Ruby Stakes, and up to the outside, Two Fills sweeping up and after the lead. Major Dude from between horses. That's all for Fantastic again. 1 furlong to go, and the son of Hard Spun, Two Fills, is opening up here. What a performance, an impassioned run by Two Fills, who's drawing away with authority. Two Fills, brilliant, taking the Jeff Ruby Stakes, a prime performance. He won by over a half a dozen. In just a half a dozen Saturdays from now, he has a date to run for the roses.
スタートしました。ちょっと14番ルクスフロンティアは外に膨れるようなスタートになりました。まずは4番のモンドプリウムが出てきますが、外から7番の水戸の王並びかけて前に出るでしょうか。前に出ました。これについていかんとするのが8番の魔王の嵐、さらに並んでいって10番ベンダバリラビア、13番ダスク、外から11番ゴールドバランサー、14番ルクスフロンティア、後位の内に4番モンドプリウム取り付いていって、その後に3番フジラプンツェルと5番テルドーンです。1、2コーナー中間、 前から中段ぐらいまでが固まっていますが、それを引っ張るのは7番の水戸の王です。リード1馬身、2番手は並んで8番魔王の嵐、10番ベンダバリラビア、2コーナー周りを終えて向こう上面にかかります。11番のゴールドバランサー、4番手外、内に4番モンドプリウム、2馬身後ろ中段の一角に5番ティルドーン中にして、内に3番のフジラプンツェル、外から並んで追走13番ダスクです。3馬身ぐらい開いて6番カレン・アルカンタラ、外からは14番ルクスフロンティア、後方から1番ヒーローコール、森タイと促して上がっていく。 1000m は61秒1のペース。9番アイファーテイオー、内2番モックモック、最後方12番のオール・イプラータです。3コーナー回っていきます。前は7番の水戸の王、リード1馬身、2番手に10番ベンダバリラビア、3番手は4番モンドプリウムですが、途中で動いた1番ヒーローコールが忍び寄っていまして、4番手の外、内に8番魔王の嵐が行って、2頭の間、前へと上がろうとしているのは11番ゴールドバランサー、4コーナーカーブ直線コースに向かいました。7番水戸の王先頭、リードは3馬身、追っていくのは10番ベンダバリラビア、内からは4番のモンドプリウム、外からは1番のヒーローコール、2番手争い突き放した7番の水戸の王先頭、リード5馬身6馬身、2番手はベンダバリラビア、4番のモンドプリウム、1番のヒーローコールに外から2番のモックモック追い込んでくる2番手争い、先頭7番の水戸の王、迫るのは2番のモックモック、7番水戸の王ゴールイン、2着2番のモックモック、1番ヒーローコールは3着。
And there they go in the Sunland Derby. Fast into stride was Henry Q. Also, right next door is Hard to Figure. The two favorites are going to get it on early. Here in this 9 furlong event, close up third is Wild on Ice. Under a stronghold is Low Expectations. Next last is One in Vermilion, and trailing by 7 long lengths is How Did He Do That? Going into the first quarter mile, Henry Q is the boss so far. Leads by a measured half length. Hard to Figure with that streamlined stride of his is going equal to the task. While in third, Wild on Ice. In fourth with just 2 to gain. That's Low Expectations. He's 6 in front from One in Vermilion, who's going the wrong way and trailing by a lot. Is How Did He Do That? Up the backstretch they go in the Sunland Derby. There goes Hard to Figure. Hard to Figure puts his neck in front. The two favorites are going at it. In second is Henry Q. Still third, close up Wild on Ice. And biding his time fourth, Low Expectations. It's 5 back to One in Vermilion. And a long way back still to How Did He Do That? Half mile to go. The match race continues. Henry Q now recollects the lead. In second now is Hard to Figure, who's still very, very close and looking strong. These two going right at it in the Sunland Derby. Henry Q, Hard to Figure, and Wild on Ice is still well within range. Fourth is Low Expectations, and the rest can forget it. Into the top of the stretch, Henry Q being asked the question. The first to crack was Hard to Figure. Henry Q under siege. Low Expectations fighting along the outside, and Wild on Ice is forging a big run. Can Wild on Ice do it? Wild on Ice reaching forward by about a half. It's Wild on Ice on the inside. Low Expectations in a classic. Kenny Tohill has done it. Wild on Ice in a shocking upset won the Sunland Derby over Low Expectations. Third was Henry Q.
And they're off in the Curlin, Florida Derby. It was an excellent beginning for Forte. He'll be able to duck over some from his outside draw. Meanwhile, West Coast Cowboy firing through at the inside to take the early lead. Fort Bragg got over quickly, and he's on to take over now. Fort Bragg from the 10 post to the rail and on top a length and a half. Mr. Peaks is now second with West Coast Cowboy in third. Young Frau between horses. Mr. Ripple is next. Cyclone Mischief is stacked 4 wide, 5 wide, WNL. And that's a length and a half to Il Maricolo. Irad Ortiz Jr. and Forte. They're toward the back of the field while 3 wide. Shaq Diesel is next, then Nautical Star, and Mage is last of all as they complete the opening quarter in 23-2. Down the backstretch they go. Jockey Joel Rosario and Fort Bragg on top by 2.5. Mr. Peaks is second. Mr. Ripple is third. West Coast Cowboy is down toward the inside. Working out in the center is Cyclone Mischief. Then it's Young Frau. Forte starting to get a bit closer now. He's about 6 lengths off the speed through a 46 3/2 mile. Strong fractions being put up by Fort Bragg. He heads into the far turn on top by 2. Mr. Peaks is second. Mr. Ripple is third. Up on the outside, it's Forte. He's starting to get to work now. He's about 8 lengths off this loose leader with 5/16 remaining. Fort Bragg tries to sneak away. He has the lead by 2.5. Mr. Ripple, he's now second. Cyclone Mischief moves up on the outside third. Forte's locked in as Mage begins to roll from the back. They race past the quarter-mile pole in the Florida Derby, and Mage got the jump on Forte as he goes to get Fort Bragg. Cyclone Mischief is fighting hard. He's still right there. Less than a quarter of a mile to come, and Cyclone Mischief, he's up for a fight and tries to turn away Mage. Forte better hurry up. Final 16th of a mile. Forte starts to gather in the top horses. Here comes Forte. This is going to be very close, but the champion prevails. Forte wins over Mage. Yeah, Mage was second. Third, Cyclone Mischief. Then Mr. Ripple, Fort Bragg for the high five. He gave you a scare, but he got it done. On to Louisville for Forte.
They're in the gate. And they're off. A perfect start to the 87th Arkansas Derby. Toward the inside, Two Eagles River, as expected, heading toward the lead. Harlow Cap is with him on the inside in second. Airtime got out well in third. Reincarnate is fourth. Bourbon Bash on the inside fifth. And Rocket Can sits outside in sixth. He's only about 4 lengths off the lead as they head to the backstretch. And then comes Angel of Empire. He's off the rail by 1 path. Interlock Empire, the bright gray, is inside of him. King Russell is next to last. And that late-running Red Route 1, blinkers on and all, is still trailing the field here. He's a good 12 or 13 lengths off the lead as they move up the backstretch. Two Eagles River and Nick Juarez set the pace in the Arkansas Derby, and Reincarnate is his companion right to the outside. Harlow Cap on the inside is racing in third and is just a neck to the good of Airtime. Followed to the outside by Rocket Can. He's going to be 4 wide into that turn, but he is in the clear and is only 3 lengths off the lead now. Bourbon Bash hugs the inside into that far turn. Angel of Empire is within range if he's good enough on the outside, and he is starting to move now. Angel of Empire is racing with Rocket Can toward the outside, and then comes King Russell and Interlock Empire. Dropping back and out of it is Bourbon Bash. Red Route 1 enters the stretch 10th and last as they straighten away in the upper stretch. And Angel of Empire has ranged into the lead here. Two Eagles River drops back on the inside. Toward the outside, King Russell is running on. Reincarnate in the second flight with Airtime and Rocket Can. Angel of Empire and Flavian Pratt. Angel of Empire wins the Arkansas Derby and wins it clear. King Russell was up for second. It was tight for third between Reincarnate and Rocket Can.
Think Climate. Set, and they're off. Racing away for the £100,000 Woodford Reserve Cardinal Condition Stakes. The final European leg in the road to the Kentucky Derby. As they race through the opening stages, Think Climate's moved through to the inside of Physique to lead the way. Close up right behind them is Alzahir, that white jacket. A little bit wider out is Killybegs Warrior, who's in those orange colours. Not far behind him is Brave Emperor. Then came Iconic Moment and New Definition and Coco Jack. Bold Axe towards the back of the field, and the Irish Challenger Stormy Entry is the back marker. Think Climate is quite keen out in front. Leads inside the final 5 furlongs. Shows the way from Physique, who's also racing quite enthusiastically in the pink and green. Then the orange of Killybegs Warrior together with Brave Emperor. Alzahir towards the inside of that one. A further length away to Iconic Moment in that dark blue jacket. Then the orange cap Coco Jack. New Definition ridden along on leaving the back straight. Bold Act is still towards the back of the field in company with Stormy Entry. They're about to race inside the final 2.5 furlongs. Think Climate now shaken up. Physique to the outside. Travels a bit better. They're stacking up in behind the challenge. Killybeg Warriors is next, and then came Brave Emperor. Alzahir's got a dream run in that white jacket. Bold Act now begins to try and get into contention as well. Iconic Moment trying to pick his way through. Lots of the chance approaching the final furlong. Brave Emperor may just be in front from Bold Act. Alzahir battling on. Iconic Moment is out in the clear. Killybegs Warrior is stumbling down the outside with a great run. It's Bold Act from Brave Emperor and Killybegs Warrior. It's Bold Act to win it. Bold Act from in second, Brave Emperor. Killybegs Warrior home in third. Then came Iconic Moment, Alzahir and Coco Jack. Stormy Entry further behind with New Definition.
That wraps up our holiday edition look at some of the big stakes races along the Kentucky Derby Trail, going back to the 2-year-old season and looking at the early portion of the 3-year-olds. We still have some very good stakes action coming up, though, leading to the first Saturday in May. You can catch it all here on Capital OTB TV. But again, we appreciate your tuning in on this holiday. We'll also have some looks at the Kentucky Oaks Trail, so stay tuned for that as well. But thanks for tuning in.
Come on.
I want sales reports on my desk by Monday.
Whoops. My bad.
Love racing? RTN brings you every live simulcast on your home television, plus live video streaming and race replays on your PC and mobile devices. To order, visit rtn.tv. RTN, a breed apart.
Thanks for tuning in on this holiday. And we're going to continue now with our look at prep races on the Oaks Derby trails. And we'll go to the 3-year-old fillies, but we're going to go back to the 2-year-old season, actually, and kick things off by looking at some of the 2-year-old filly action that rose some of those 2-year-old fillies to prominence and put them in the conversation last year for the Kentucky Oaks. Most prominently, of course, we'll look at some stakes action featuring Wonder Wheel, Mark Cassie's trainee, who we saw up here at Saratoga and looked very good. Mark had a lot of great things to say about Wonder Wheel when he sat in with us up at Saratoga. She eventually went on to win the 2-year-old filly Eclipse, and so she'll highlight some of the stakes races. We'll look at the 2-year-old filly season from last year. All of that coming up.
They're in the gate, and they're off. Mid-pack Grand Love bounces out near the top. Kiss Me and Okene showing some speed. Friendly Persuasion for that outside post races up to get a forward spot and will be second by the time they hit the clubhouse turn. But the leader is Grand Love, and she steps out to lead by 2. Friendly Persuasion a stalking second. Kiss Me and Okene settles in toward the rail while third. Shoplifter comes away fourth. Out of Nothing at All reserved at the inside 5th. Alongside is Southlawn in 6th. Boss Lady Bailey toward the inside in 7th. Needs Some Money is 8th. Just a Warrior 3 or 4 wide 9th. Jet Setting all the way back in 10th, just ahead of Fun and Feisty 11th. And it's a long way back to Naughty Gal, who's been outrun so far. And that opening quarter was a moderate 23 and 3/5 seconds. So down the backstretch run. And it's Grand Love the leader by a length and a half. Friendly Persuasion for that outside post has worked out a good trip so far. A stalking second to the far turn run. 2 lengths back to Shoplifter, who's sent on for speed. Kiss Me and Okene's back 4th and toward the rail. Farther back, Out of Nothing at All tried to muster up a late rally. Southlawn is finding her best stride now, up to be 4th outside. Boss Lady Bailey angles off the rail. Fun and Feisty's flying on the far outside to within 5 lengths of the lead as they come for the top of the stretch. Friendly Persuasion up to confront Grand Love. They shoulder to shoulder right off the turn. They brush top of the stretch. They're trying to hang in there. Fun and Feisty continues to roll. And Fun and Feisty over the top and to the front. Shoplifter trying to rally down inside. Grand Love gives way with Friendly Persuasion and Boss Lady Bailey. But it's Fun and Feisty. And off the pace winner of the Pocahontas. 3 lengths in the end. Shoplifter was second. Tight for third there, Grand Love or Boss Lady Bailey.
And they're off in the Grade 1 Frazette. Number 1, Leave No Trace, had a bit of an awkward start, but is now quickly moving up on the inside of You're My Girl narrowly, Leave No Trace. And Vita Rio, those two are right together, second and third. Then comes Chocolate Gelato, and on her outside is the great Maybe. American Rockette trails the field in 6th. They move up the sloppy backstretch with You're My Girl leading here by a full length. Long shot Vita Rio now takes second. Leave No Trace sits behind in third through a quarter in 23 seconds. The great Maybe is in 4th. The favorite Chocolate Gelato in 5th. 5.5 off the lead. The trailer is American Rockette. The leader is You're My Girl, showing the way here by a length and a half. Vitorito in second by a half length. Leave No Trace down at the rail in third. And the opening half went in 46 and 4. And the 2-year-old fillies race around the far turn. You're My Girl, 3/4 of a length. Vitorito is in second. The Great Maybe being asked for more on the outside in third. Chocolate Gelato now splitting horses and moving up. Leave No Traces down at the rail. An American Rocket as they come for the head of the stretch. It's You're My Girl and Chocolate Gelato. Chocolate Gelato has now taken the lead. You're My Girl is back running in second. Leave No Trace looking to get off the inside. Has now moved out with an 1/8 of a mile to the finish. It is Chocolate Gelato in front. You're My Girl in second. Then Leave No Trace. An American Rocket. The leader is Chocolate Gelato. You're My Girl trying to come back again on the inside as they come for the finish. It is Chocolate Gelato to win the Frisette by 3/4 of a length. She made her decisive move coming to the top of the stretch under jockey Rod Ortiz Jr.
First wire at the post, and they are off. In the Darley Alcibiades, there's Raging Sea right out for the early lead. Here's Kaling out the center of the racetrack, and Infinite Diamond up close as well. Wonder Wheel is right there down toward the inside, and now Kidgera moves up between horses. 5 across the track contesting the lead all the way to the first turn. Just Cindy's going to be about 6 wide behind that front flight. Back up front, though, it is Wonder Wheel saving the ground around the turn. Leads it now by 3/4 of a length. Raging Sea goes second. Kidgera third. Esawera moves up the inside fourth. Infinite Diamond fifth. Kaling is a wide 6th. Just Cindy is there in 7th. Boss Lady Bailey is 8th. Stellar Lady is back toward the inside in 9th. Mustang Lady is back in 10th position. Chop Chop is 11th. Fun and Feisty 12th. Sabra Tough is 13th. And Take Charge Brianna last to the 14. Opening quarter on the board in 23.49 seconds. Midpoint of the backstretch. The first half mile in 47.16 seconds. Wonder Wheel the leader. And Kidgera just off the leader's flank in second. Esawera close up third to the inside. Kaling is in the clear in 4th and moving up within 2.5 lengths of the lead. Raging Sea is 5th in between horses. Boss Lady Bailey is in 6th. Now Chop Chop is 7th toward the inside. 8 lengths off the lead. They're midway on the final turn. Fun and Feisty is still far back. Moving past the quarter pole, it is Wonder Wheel who leads it by 3 lengths now. Kidgera second a length. Raging Sea is in third. Chop Chop swings to the outside from 4th. Fun and Feisty still nearly 15 lengths off the lead. Top of the short stretch, and it is Wonder Wheel with the lead. Wonder Wheel by 3. Raging Sea is fighting for second down to the inside. And then Chop Chop on the outside. Kidgera between that pair. They're all bearing down on Wonder Wheel. Chop Chop is coming late from the outside, but the wire's coming. Chop Chop chasing Wonder Wheel. Raging Sea between them. Here's the wire in the Alcibiades. It's a head-bobbing photo for the win.
All set. And they're off in the Chandelier. A slight bobble for And Tell Me No Lies. Quick beginning for Naughty Lottie. Home Cooking is up close and Ice Dancing in between them. Hunting Coco is 4th, trying to get inside that trio, and is able to get over to the rail. And Tell Me No Lies next. Uncontrollable second to last, and Justique is at the back of the field. Some 10 lengths off front-running Naughty Lottie, who passes the 6 furlong pole with a half-length advantage. Ice Dancing in between. Home Cooking outside of that pair. 3 separated by less than a length. Hunting Coco under a nice hold in 4th. 3 lengths off the leader. Then And Tell Me No Lies, a gap of 4 to Uncontrollable, and Justique inches up just outside of her. Home Cooking right up to Naughty Lottie with a half mile to run. Ice Dancing in between them. Another 2 back to Hunting Coco and Tell Me No Lies. Justique is next, about 5 or 6 off the leader, and Uncontrollable now at the back of the field. 3 furlongs remaining. Ice Dancing, Home Cooking, go on with it. Naughty Lottie is dropping out, and Tell Me No Lies takes 3rd. Followed by Uncontrollable. Justique goes by her. Justique within 3 lengths of the lead. She'll make a wide bid as the field turns for home. A 3-wide bid coming from And Tell Me No Lies in the center of the track, and she's up to take the lead with a furlong left to go. Uncontrollable running a big race, moving into second, then Justique Home Cooking a 16th to run, and Tell Me No Lies 2 lengths. Uncontrollable's coming, and Tell Me No Lies. Uncontrollable, and Tell Me No Lies has won the Chandelier, punching a ticket to the Breeders' Cup. Uncontrollable second. Then a three-way battle for third between Justique, Ice Dancing, and Home Cooking.
First wire, they are at the post. And they're off in the NetJets Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. There goes Grand Love from between horses. You're My Girl is there, and here is Leave No Trace moving up on the outside. Grand Love has the lead, though. Leave No Trace goes second. You're My Girl. Third toward the inside. Atomically fourth. Chocolate Gelato, 3 wide. In fifth around the first turn. Shoplifter, 4 wide in sixth. Almarosa, seventh. Raging Sea is eighth. And Tell Me No Lies is racing along in ninth position early. Chop, 3 wide from the back. Moves up from the 10th position around the first turn. Wonder Wheel is near the back of the pack, running in 11th position as they head on to the backstretch and loses a couple of more lengths. Drops out toward the back of the pack with Sabra Tough and Vegas Magic, who's last. Grand Love is the leader. The opening quarter, 22.9 seconds. Grand Love on top by just a length. Leave No Trace is second by a half length. You're My Girl is tucked away neatly toward the inside third. Chocolate Gelato fourth up on the outside. Atomically is fifth. Almarosa and Tell Me No Lies toward the outside. 47.22 seconds for the first half mile. Grand Love leads the field to the far turn by a length. Leave No Trace second, a half length. You're My Girl looking for some running room to the inside. There's Chocolate Gelato. There's Atomically between horses in fifth, running 4 from the front. And Tell Me No Lies midway on the turn is still 5 from the lead. Almarosa toward the inside. Chop is wide, still has 7 to make up. Shoplifter is tucked in between horses. Quarter mile to go. Grand Love, Leave No Trace. They're on even terms. Chocolate Gelato and then Atomically in behind horses. Wonder Wheel has picked up a lot of ground. Scoots up the rail, still third, has to change lanes toward the outside. Leave No Trace. Wonder Wheel has clear running. Wonder Wheel comes storming up on the outside to take the lead in deep stretch. Raging Sea runs late from fourth behind her. Wonder Wheel from deep in the pack to win the NetJets Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies for Tyler Gaffalione.
They're in the gate. And they're off. And T-Max breaks out on top, and Pure Pauline is there. American Rocket down inside comes up on through 2. But T-Max leads the way into the clubhouse turn and angles over toward the inside. Pure Pauline advancing outside to grab second, and here comes Pretty Mischievous up the inside into third, and Hoosier Philly moves up into fourth. American Rocket wrangled back into fifth and down inside. Defining Purpose comes away sixth. Knock Your Socks Off in seventh, and Take Charge Brianna, the trailer to the backstretch run. And it's a clear-cut leader, and that's T-Max. After an opening quarter in 24 and 1/5 seconds, she heads down the backstretch clear by 3. Pure Pauline is stalking from second. Pretty Mischievous down inside third. Hoosier Philly traveling well in the clear. Up into third now, outside the half-mile pole. Pretty Mischievous is back fourth toward the rail. Defining Purpose racing fifth. Take Charge Brianna advancing outside of American Rocket. Knock Your Socks Off the trailer. Round the far turn, T-Max short lead. Pure Pauline goes with it now. And Hoosier Philly is revving up on the outside, and here she comes. Hoosier Philly puts a nose in front, heading for the quarter pole. Pure Pauline trying to keep up with her. T-Max under pressure. 3 lengths back to Pretty Mischievous. Defining Purpose is fifth. They're at the quarter pole. Hoosier Philly has taken over, and she willingly and easily kicks away by 3. Hoosier Philly by the 8th pole by 4 now. Pure Pauline, Knock Your Socks Off. Pretty Mischievous, Defining Purpose. Hoosier Philly with a 5-length lead, 100 yards to go. It's another flawless performance. Hoosier Philly, they're thinking first Friday in May now. Under the wire, wrapped up by 6. Knock Your Socks Off, Pretty Mischievous, Pure Pauline, or Defining Purpose.
And they're off in the Demoiselle Stakes from the extreme outside. Tribal Queen trying to get that early lead, but now moving up is a Royal Spa. Oh, steadying there was Foggy Night as the field goes into the clubhouse turn. Foggy Night is in the middle of the pack here as they go around the turn with a Tribal Queen on top. And then comes Royal Spa, who's racing in second. La Vida Sofia on the outside. Now Foggy Night advances down at the rail. And then comes Affirmative Lady, who's racing in 5th. It's almost 3 lengths back to the big favorite, Julia Shining, who's in 6th position. And the trailer is Gambling Girl. They're on the backstretch now after a quarter in 24 and 3. Tribal Queen is the leader here, 3/4 of a length. Royal Spa is in second by a half length. La Vita Sofia on the outside in third. A little more than a length to Foggy Night, who races in 4th. Another 3.5 back to Affirmative Lady. Julia Shining is at the back of the pack with Gambling Girl, the half in 49 and 1. Big long shot. Tribal Queen is the leader here by a length and a quarter. With Royal Spa in second. La Vita Sofia is on the outside in third. Foggy Night is down towards the rail. Then Affirmative Lady in 5th. Julia Shining being pushed along. She hasn't responded yet. About 7 lengths from the lead. Gambling Girl trails. 3/4 up in 1:14 and 1. And the 2-year-old fillies head for the top of the stretch. There's room on the inside for Foggy Night, and she's coming on through and going up to challenge for the lead. Right there is Tribal Queen, and on the outside is Royal Spa. Julia Shining is out in the middle of the track along with Affirmative Lady, and now they're coming for the 8th pole, and Julia Shining is coming on now on the outside. Here comes Julia Shining up to grab the lead with a 16th to the finish, but Affirmative Lady is right there along with Gambling Girl. They come on for the finish, and the Demoiselle, Julia Shining won it. Julia Shining from well off the pace. She's now 2 for 2. She wins the Grade 2 Demoiselle. She's a full sister to champion Malathot. The sky's the limit.
Racing. Pride of the Nile began very awkwardly, drops back near the tail of the field with Uncontrollable. Doing it the hard way, bounces out in front of Classy Mademoiselle, Phaser and Blessed Touch 4 deep. They're 3 lengths in front of Pride of the Nile and Uncontrollable on the inside. Doing it the hard way, taken on for the lead by Classy Mademoiselle as they swing out of the stretch by the 7/8 pole, separated by just a head. Phaser's going to track them in third, moving 3 lengths clear of Blessed Touch, followed onto the back stretch by Pride of the Nile slipping along the rail, and Uncontrollable brings up the rear. They approach the 5/8 pole, a little separating Doing It the Hard Way and Classy Mademoiselle. Phaser getting the run of the race in a beautiful spot third, followed by Pride of the Nile getting to a closer 4th, with Blessed Touch on her outside 5th and Uncontrollable 6th and last. In the vicinity of the half-mile pole, Doing It the Hard Way moves a length clear from Classy Mademoiselle. Phaser in third spot, followed by Pride of the Nile, and they're followed into the far turn by Blessed Touch, and Uncontrollable still a clear last. Spots the speed 7 lengths with 3/8 of a mile to go in the Starlet. Doing It the Hard Way on top. Phaser being cut loose by Pratt moves up sharply 3 wide. Pride of the Nile probing a rail opening. Classy Mademoiselle hoisting the white flag. Uncontrollable picking up ground near the inside within 3 lengths of the lead. Some brushing in upper stretch between Pride of the Nile and Doing It the Hard Way. Meantime, Phaser looms up on their outside and puts her head in front. They're clear of Uncontrollable. Past the 8th pole, Phaser drifting in a little bit, has the lead narrowly from Pride of the Nile, who is dogged. It's Phaser from Pride of the Nile. Phaser by a head. Pride of the Nile's coming again. Phaser with Pride of the Nile. A stirring finish in the Starlet. Phaser from Pride of the Nile in a photo finish. They were 6 lengths clear of Uncontrollable and Doing It the Hard Way.
And they're off. In the Untappable Stakes, Vava stumbled at the start and drifts back to last. The Alice Look going out toward the front along with All About Me, who's raced to the lead here for Colby Hernandez. All About Me leads with 7 furlongs to go. From in between horses, Just Like Magic, Hey, You Never Know, third up close, and Pretty Mischievous holds the rail in 4th. 2-minute drill, a bit ranked there, needs to settle in 5th, and joined on the outside by Cotton Candy Annie, and they have 6 furlongs to go, where All About Me is the front runner. 24.26 lead seconds, making this backstretch run. All About Me leads Hey You Never Know, Pretty Mischievous with the rail, Just Like Magic and Cotton Candy Annie running in 5th. 2-minute drill is 6th. Then comes the Alice Look with toward the inside Hang the Moon, and a stumbling start has left Vava back in last. They go past the half-mile pole. Short lead, All About Me. Right there, Pretty Mischievous in the Godolphin blue. 3 wide, Hey You Never Know. Half mile in 48.31 seconds. So they round the far turn. Hey You Never Know Hey, You Never Know, Pretty Mischievous. They've come up to the front from All About Me in third as they come toward the top of the stretch. Gaining on the far outside. Picking up now is the Alice Look. As they straighten past the quarter pole, these 2-year-old fillies come for home. 3/4, 1 minute 13.67 seconds. It's Pretty Mischievous who leads with the rail here for Brian Hernandez Jr. Pretty Mischievous has come clear by 3.5 from a staying on the Alice Look. Hey, You Never Know with on the outside Vava. They're close to home, and it's Pretty Mischievous who leads home the Alice Look. Pretty Mischievous was unflappable in the untappable and won by 3.5 lengths from the Alice Look. Vava gained third from Hey, You Never Know. Next across was Hang the Moon, and Just Like Magic followed them home.
Come on.
I want sales reports on my desk by Monday.
Whoops. My bad.
Love racing? RTN brings you every live simulcast on your home television, plus live video streaming and race replays on your PC and mobile devices. To order, visit rtn.tv. RTN, a breed apart.
Continuing our look at some of the prep races on the Kentucky Oaks Trail for this season. Wet paint looked pretty good for Brad Cox, winning the Martha Washington and the Honeybee. One of the notable performances, though, early season for the 3-year-old fillies was a loss. That was Hoosier Filly with third-place finish in the Rachel Alexandra in her seasonal debut, and Dorth Vader was an upset winner of the Doona Dale at Gulfstream Park.
And they're off in the Santa Ynez. Parody gets the first call with plenty of early gas. Fast and Shiny, Ice Dancing, Hunting Coco, one from the outside, and Satin Doll is at the back of the field. 4 lengths off front running Parody, who gets to the main track in front 3/4 of a length. Fast and Shiny moves through on the inside to engage, and Hunting Coco 1.5 lengths off them in third. Ice Dancing is comfortable at the back of the field, 4 lengths off the dueling leaders, and Satin Doll joins her on the inside. Fast and Shiny leads them past the half-mile pole, puts a length on Parody in second. It's another 2.5 to Hunting Coco. Satin Doll at the rail, Ice Dancing outside of that pair, 3 furlongs out. Fast and Shiny opens up, leads it by 2.5 lengths now. Satin Doll comes through on the inside. Parody losing ground steadily. Ice Dancing now kicks it into high gear. And Ice Dancing coming after Fast and Shiny with 1/4 mile to go. Fast and Shiny turns for home with a length lead. Ice Dancing bearing down from second, and Satin Doll at the rail. There's 1/8 mile to go, and Ice Dancing is roused to the lead, takes command, and starts to pull away. Ice Dancing and Flavian Pratt winning convincingly in the Santa Ynez by 3 lengths. Photo for second ends up going to Satin Doll just in front of Fast and Shiny, then Parody.
And they're off. Step slow for Aniston at the back of the field. Occult has got early speed, and Sweetest Princess, these two into that first turn. They'll lead them into that first turn in the Busanda. It's going to be Sweetest Princess. Eric Cancel, they've now assumed the front. They're up by a length. Occult is going to track from second. Then comes Affirmative Lady, pretty strung out here, the field of 5. Second to last is Gambling Girl, and the early trailer is Aniston. They get set to work to the backstretch. It's Sweetest Princess who's in command, and Sweetest Princess is now settled, is up by 1.5 lengths. Occult is tracking right there in second. Affirmative Lady is stalking from third. Then Gambling Girl, and still the trailer is Aniston, who's being encouraged to move closer, is now 8 lengths off the lead as they work up the backstretch. Opening quarter mile was 23-4 for Sweetest Princess. The long shot on the front end is still up by 1 length. Occult is right there tracking in second. Affirmative Lady has lost some ground from third. Gambling Girl moves to her inside. Now they share that third and fourth position. Aniston has trailed throughout as they approach a half mile left to go. Sweetest Princess is trying to pull off the big upset. prep set went 48.77 for a half-mile time. Occult starts to move closer now, is within 3/4 of a length of that leader. Gambling Girl is at the rail, Affirmative Lady, and still too far back to Aniston. They're well into the far turn, and Sweetest Princess is still there. Sweetest Princess went 1:14.1 for 3/4 of a mile. It's Sweetest Princess for a final quarter mile. Occult is ranging up on the outside, and Occult has now taken the lead. Occult now kicks for home. Sweetest Princess is back to second. Gambling Girl in the center of the racetrack with Affirmative Lady. A final furlong left to go. Occult and Dylan Davis trying to put it away. Gambling Girl, the only one with a shot now, is coming after her. Occult approaches the 16th pole, is still up by 3, is drifting out of touch, but Occult, no doubt, will be your winner of the Busanda and wins it nicely. Occult gets the victory over Gambling Girl. Tight here for third. Affirmative Lady in the photo with Sweetest Princess in 1 minute 54.78 seconds.
And they're off to an even start. Hey, You Never Know strikes out. Right there is the Alice Look. Chop Chop strides up on the outside with Nora G toward the rail. Cotton Candy Annie. Amber Cascade looks for position. Royal Blue with the lime sash. And in the early stages, Forest Chimes has drifted back to last with Tyler Gaffalione. Hey, You Never Know. Hey, You Never Know leads by 3/4 length to a close the Alice Look with Chop Chop right there in third. Going to the backstretch, saving ground is Cotton Candy Annie in fourth by a half length with Amber Cascade running in fifth. The trailers Nora G and Forest Chimes. 24.37 lead seconds. They have just over 5 furlongs to run. Hey, You Never Know leads the way in the Silver Bullet Day. Hey, You Never Know, tracked by the Alice Look. For Rangeroo and the favorite filly, Chop Chop. Red with a yellow diamond belt, running a wide third. They have a half mile to run. Looking to gain between horses, Amber Cascade, Cotton Candy, Annie with the rail. Then it's a break of 8 more to Forest Chimes, and Nora G has dropped back to last. The half mile in 48.08 seconds with Luis Saez. The Alice Look took the lead from Hey You Never Know, who's dropped back. And here's Chop Chop coming with her charge after the Alice Look. Both for Brad Cox as they come past the quarter pole. 3/4 in 1 minute 12.51 seconds. It's the Alice Look and Chop Chop. Chop Chop is just in front. Chop Chop and the Alice Look. Chop Chop, the Alice Look. And these two have raced away from Hey You Never Know, then Forest Chimes. It's the Alice Look who's dug her heels in for Luis Saez. The Alice Look repels Chop Chop to win the Silver Bullet Day Stakes. The Alice Look over Chop Chop. 10 lengths away. Hey You Never Know third. Forest Chimes finished fourth. Well clear.
They're off. Defining Purpose wins the break and goes out for the front. Defining Purpose from Olivia Twist, who tugs up on the outside. And the two favorites hook up early at the clubhouse turn. And Olivia Twist is going to go on and set the pace. Defining Purpose will take back and relinquish the lead to her in second. Then comes Tax to the outside in third. Take Charge Brianna comes away running in fourth. Then Key to Success, and the trailer is Wet Paint as they turn into the backstretch. In the 45th Martha Washington Stakes, and the undefeated Olivia Twist is the leader. She's now a full length and a half in front of Taxed and Defining Purpose. Defining Purpose is tugging at David Cabrera. She wants to go up and challenge Olivia Twist right here and right now, and these two are 1-2 now at the half-mile marker. Taxed is 3 deep in third. 2.5 back to Key to Success and Take Charge Brianna. Wet Paint is the trailer. 3 furlongs to go in the Martha Washington. Olivia Twist continues to lead. Defining Purpose has every chance to outrun her. These two to the far turn. Then comes Tax, still part of this battle. Third and less than 2 from the front. Take Charge Brianna is next. Wet Paint is out of last place, but 6 behind, and they set the stage for a good stretch battle. Taxed is 3 wide. Olivia Twist is at the rail, and Defining Purpose is between horses, and Defining Purpose has put ahead in front. Taxed is going with her. Olivia Twist has dropped out. Wet Paint draws within 2.5 of the lead. Final furlong. Defining Purpose and Taxed. Defining Purpose a neck. Wet Paint now within 2 lengths of the lead and coming on. Taxed, Defining Purpose, and Wet Paint, and here's Wet Paint to fly to the front. The 45th Martha Washington goes to Wet Paint. Taxed finished second. Defining Purpose a no excuse third.
And they're off in the Las Virgenes. Broadway Girls sent out for the early lead. Sweet Trouble and Feza both have some early speed, and Pride of the Nile will settle down in fourth off the battle up top. A gap of 4 back to Uncontrollable, and Justique is far back early on. Sweet Trouble asserts herself and takes command at the 6 furlong pole, leading by a length and a half to Broadway Girls. Feza is just behind them, a little Keen in third, inching up closer now. And then it's Pride of the Nile fourth, about 5 lengths off the lead as Feza has to tap on the brakes. Another 3 back to Uncontrollable, who's 4 in front of Justique. Less than 5 furlongs out, and it's Sweet Trouble in front, 3/4 of a length. Feza guided to the outside of Broadway Girls. Pride of the Nile is fourth, 5 lengths off the lead. Uncontrollable, and Justique gets a little bit closer. 6 lengths covers the group. They head to the 3/8 pole, and Sweet Trouble has been there throughout, maintains a length and a half edge on Broadway Girls second. Feza inching up, making her move right now, taking second, and coming after Sweet Trouble. It's Sweet Trouble confronted by Feza. Justique is on the move on the outside of Pride of the Nile, who's currently third. Broadway Girls drops out on the inside of Uncontrollable. They turn for home. Sweet Trouble and Feza on the outside. Feza, Sweet Trouble hanging tough. They pass the 8th pole together, and Pride of the Nile is 2 behind Feza as they come for home. It's Feza in front. Once again has to fend off Pride of the Nile. Feza still loaded. Pride of the Nile trying hard. Feza, Pride of the Nile. Feza wins the Las Virgenes under Ramon Vasquez. Pride of the Nile was second. Justique rallying third in front of Sweet Trouble.
They're racing in the 41st running of the Forward Gal. Atomically was off in traffic and a step slow to get going was Undervalued Asset. So 2 of the 4 favorites not quick out of there. The early leader is Arella Star from Twice as Sweet, who's away racing in second. Red Carpet Ready, well situated early while racing in third. Then Undervalued Asset and Atomically, who's still in traffic. Splitting horses and Apropos. Down at the rail goes Flakes. Second last is Positano Sunset. And the trailer is Adelisa's Smile. 22 and 3 for the opening quarter speed as they race to the half-mile point. It's Twice as Sweet on the inside and Arella Star on the outside. Their heads apart. Red Carpet Ready, 3 wide and on the go. At the rail, it's Flakes from between Atomically, 3 wide, and moving up is Undervalued Asset. Then Apropos and Positano Sunset. Adelisa's Smile is last. Around the far turn at the 5/16, it's Red Carpet Ready who makes a narrow lead. Up on the outside, Undervalued Asset is now into second. Back to third, Twice as Sweet. Atomically is being asked to quicken while racing fourth and angling to the clear for a run. Positano Sunset is next, then Apropos, and they're at the top of the stretch. The opening half was 45 and 4. Luis Saez asking Red Carpet Ready to kick away, and she's doing just that with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Undervalued Asset is second, and Atomically is down the stand side, but with a 16th to go. Red Carpet Ready indeed. She's looking good. She wins by 3 in the end. Undervalued Asset was second. Atomically ran third. Then Positano Sunset and Apropos.
And our race is on in the Suncoast Stakes. Dreaming of Snow in the center goes out for the early advantage. Opus 42 is quick. Wonder Wheel down toward the inside. Got away in good order, but is not going to be on the lead today as Dreaming of Snow crosses over. Opus 42 had to tap on the brakes there. Dreaming of Snow crosses over in front. Ticker Tape Home up on the outside. Wonder Wheel, the stablemate, second and third is Opus 42, but an adventurous opening 3/16 a mile for that one is back fourth. It's 2.5 more back to Julia Shining, who got away in decent order today. Champagne Calling to that one's inside. It's another 2 back to Fast Track, and 3 after that to Charlie's Wish, who's at the back. 24 seconds for the opening quarter mile. Dreaming of Snow takes him down the backstretch in front by 3/4 of a length to Ticker Tape Home. Opus 42 tugging up a little bit closer on the outside now to put a nose into that second spot. Wonder Wheel is fourth right now with just over a half mile to go, is 3 off the early lead. It's 2 more lengths then back to Champagne Calling. Julia Shining's right to her outside. Another 2 back to Fast Track and nothing yet from Charlie's Wish. 47 seconds for that opening half mile. Dreaming of Snow has been there every step of the journey. Here's Opus 42 pressing closer. Now Wonder Wheel starts to move up on the outside. A Wonder Wheel draws within a length and a half. Ticker Tape Home starts to back up. Julia Shining starting to get underway on the outside. Is fourth right now, just 2 lengths off the leader. Long shot Dreaming of Snow. Wonder Wheel giving her cue now. Julia Shining up on the outside, going to try to follow the favorite. Here's Wonder Wheel now coming up alongside of Dreaming of Snow. Julia Shining on the outside. Those two trying to get to Dreaming of Snow, who's game toward the inside. Dreaming of Snow still just a narrow in front. Wonder Wheel right right up alongside. Julia shining down the outside. Final 16th to go. Dreaming of Snow. Wonder Wheel has 70 yards to push on by. Dreaming of Snow digs in toward the inside. Wonder Wheel, one final surge. Dreaming of Snow. A shocking upset here in the Suncoast. Wonder Wheel, a good effort first off the layoff, and second, Julia Shining was third.
Gates are back, and they racing with Soler missing the start and conceding 2 lengths. Battle for the pace, and Ami Please wanted it. Mimi Kikuchi ridden in the early stages, but can't get close, can't get a sniff on Ami Please, who's quite fierce and battling to corner. So interesting dynamics, and only a eighth of the race has been run. Ami Please very strong in front, beat Mimi Kikuchi for the early lead. Then third place Awasef against the inside rail, with on the outside a Sawa now improving position, just over a length away to Priyanka. Then 2 back to Soler and Habuba. Races at the end of the field. There's about 6 lengths in it, and Ami Please a little bit more settled onto the back straight. She's the leader by 1 length. At the outside and gained a lot of ground as a Sawa with Mimi Kikuchi, the 2 shades of blue, just keeping Asawa at her outside and making her work. Then comes Awasef, who races back at the rail in 4th position and only about 3 lengths off the leader. Priyanka is in the pink and green silks. Habuba and Soler are the last 2, but they're a lot more stacked up at the corner of the track in the UAE Oaks. Towards the final 800 meters they go. Ami Please by half a length over Mimi Kikuchi, who races away in second. Asawa is third. Awasef being asked for maximum, now being joined by Priyanka. They share 4th. Few lengths away to Soler. She'll need to pick up, she'll need a few to fall over, and Habuba's dropped out to the back of the field, and she looks a forlorn hope at the top of the straight. Ami Please guides them in. Mimi Kikuchi right there and well teed up to have a strike. Then a few lengths away to Asawa, who races in third. Priyanka and Awasef are next. Battle up between Ami Please and Mimi Kikuchi. Mimi Kikuchi just in front, but Ami Please is going to try and have another dig, but Mimi Kikuchi finds a little bit more. Ami Please now left behind in second, then about 5 lengths away to Priyanka, who's third. It was hard work for Mimi Kikuchi, but she's got the desire to win the UAE Oaks. Mimi Kikuchi ran away from Ami Please. Third goes the way of Asawa. Then came Priyanka. Awasef was 5th. Then came Soler and Habuba.
And they're off. And the 2023 Rachel Alexandra Stakes and Hoosier Philly appeared to bobble at the start. Vava broke sharp. There's Miracle going for an early bid up to engage Vava as they enter the first turn. With Pretty Mischievous in the Godolphin blue, Hoosier Philly, and behind Phillies toward the inside for Edgar Morales with 7 furlongs to run. In the meantime, here's Chop Chop making progress now on the outside for Florent Giroux. Chop Chop up to Miracle as these 3-year-old fillies go to the back of this historic New Orleans track. Knock your socks off, and Hoosier Philly has drifted back to be last. The first quarter covered in 25.02 seconds. Now at the 5.5, it's Miracle. So Miracle dictates the field. Leads a close-up. Chop Chop. Pretty Mischievous moves up between fillies, and Vava holds her position from the rail as Miracle leads them toward the half-mile pole. The trailers Knock Your Socks Off and Hoosier Philly making her seasonal bow at 2-5, still held up in last. The half mile for the front runner, Miracle, 48.85 seconds. Miracle remains the 13-1 target with 3 furlongs to go. Miracle in front by 2 from Pretty Mischievous, who's vying for second with Chop Chop as they come toward the quarter pole. Now Hoosier Philly gets her cue on the far outside. She's making 4-path progress, Hoosier Philly. In the meantime, Vava comes up the rail. Miracle straightens them past the quarter pole in front. Ducks her socks off his last. 3 quarters in 1 minute 13.05 seconds. Miracle tackled by Pretty Mischievous. Pretty Mischievous has nosed in front here for Tyler Gaffalione. It's a short lead. It's Pretty Mischievous leaning in on Miracle as they come past the 16th. Hoosier Philly is third, but well beaten. Pretty Mischievous just in front from a game Miracle. Pretty Mischievous driven out and beats Miracle by 3/4 of a length, and the Rachel Alexandra Stakes 7 lengths away. Hoosier Philly third, then Vava, and Chop Chop was after that.
They're at the post. They're off. Condensation broke very well. Effortlessly Elegant broke poorly. Grand Love and Condensation with Taxed in the center. Do you want to dance in Towhead with Olivia Twist. Effortlessly Elegant after that bad start is now midfield from Defining Purpose. Next it's Boss Lady Bailey and Gambling Girl Wet Paint is second to last early. The trailer is Take Charge Brianna. They turn into the backstretch in the 36th. Honeybee and Condensation is the leader. From Longshot, Taxed to the outside. Condensation, 3/4 of a length. Taxed is second by 2 lengths to Grand Love and Do You Wanna Dance. Towhead is in a good spot. 5th and about 4.5 from the front. Outside of her, it's Olivia Twist. Defining Purpose and Effortlessly Elegant have 8 lengths to make up. Wet Paint is at the rail now. Alongside her are both Boss Lady Bailey and Gambling Girl. Take Charge Brianna is the trailer. Wet Paint still has 10 lengths to make up to catch Condensation and Taxed. Condensation, a half length in front of Taxed in second. No excuses for Grand Love. She's traveling well inside for Rosario and 2 from the front. Boss Lady Bailey has 4 lengths to make up. Towhead is within 5 of the lead. Defining Purpose, Wet Paint has still got a long way to come. Top of the stretch, and Condensation is joined by Tax. Grand Love is in with a chance. So is Olivia Twist. At the rail, Towhead. Condensation still in front. Grand Love, Towhead. From the back of the pack, Wet Paint is erupting between horses, and she's come from way out of it, and now she's going to roll by and take the lead. Wet Paint, yes! Wet Paint won by 3. Condensation second. Grand Love third. Maybe Towhead for fourth.
Come on.
I want sales reports on my desk by Monday.
Whoops. My bad.
Love racing? RTN brings you every live simulcast on your home television, plus live video streaming and race replays on your PC and mobile devices. To order, visit rtn.tv. RTN, a breed apart.
And they are off in the 41st running of the Cincinnati Trophy Stakes. And as expected, BG Warrior straight to the front. Moon Magic Chrissy, she'll press from the inside from second. Botanical is a close-up third. The favorite's about 3 lengths off the lead. Then Bulsara settles long in fourth, just in front of Jill Jitterbug. Then a link for the back to Fun and Feisty, and Miss Peabody is last of the 7. Up top, it's the Valdale winner. BG Warrior shows the way. She's really keyed up. In fact, the saddle's slipped forward just a touch on BG Warrior as they head up the backside. She's 4 in front and going quick. The quarter 22 and 4. So it's BG Warrior on the stretch out, showing the way by about 5 now. Moon Magic Chrissy is second. Meanwhile, Botanical is relaxed there in third, about 8 lengths off the lead. She's just in front of Moon Magic Chrissy now. Up to the outside, there goes Jill Jitterbug, still 4. Back to Fun and Feisty, and Miss Peabody still trails. Half mile rapid, 45 and 3. BG Warrior still up top, and that saddle is right up past the withers here as she shows the way. Her lead still 6 lengths. Moon Magic Chrissy was second, but there goes Botanical with that blitz on the far turn run as they race past the quarter pole. BG Warrior still up top. Her lead is down to 4.5 lengths as Botanical is wearing her down up the inside. Jill Jitterbug's running on from last. Miss Peabody top at home stretch. BG Warrior is still up top. She's in front by only a length. Botanical wanders up to the outside and sweeps on by. 1/16 left in the Cincinnati Trophy, and Botanical is drawing away. And Botanical, a perfect 3-4-3 on the synthetic. She crushes him in the Cincinnati Trophy, and she won by almost a half a dozen. Good effort from Jill Jitterbug to be second. BG Warrior photoed for the...
They're racing in the 36th running of the Devona Dale, presented by FanDuel TV. Clean beginning for race favorite Red Carpet Ready. She's put right on the early lead here by size. Undervalued Asset won't let her get far. So 3 of the favorites mixing it up early. Leave No Trace to the top. Down inside, Red Carpet Ready is second, and Undervalued Asset is now third. Racing fourth at this point is Darth Vader, 2 in front of Positano Sunset. Then down toward the inside, it's Infinite Diamond. She's about 6 lengths behind, working 2.5 better than Lynx. And left behind last is Guns and Graces. 23 seconds for a pretty strong opening quarter here. Red Carpet Ready had no choice but to use some of her speed to establish the lead and the rail. She leads a length and a quarter. Darth Vader second. Undervalued Asset is now racing third. Leave No Trace. Hard Scent out of the gate. She's dropping back fourth. Down at the rail, it's Positano Sunset, 3 better than Lynx. Then Infinite Diamond, and still well back to Guns and Graces. 45 seconds for a strong half mile. Red Carpet Ready used hard, but still in front. On the outside, Dorth Vader at a huge price is second, undervalued asset. She's asked to quicken, gaining no ground third. A gap of 6 to Positano Sunset, then Infinite Diamond. There's a quarter of a mile left to go. Red Carpet Ready has 1 to fight off as Dorth Vader's the only one in range. 6 back to undervalued asset, down the center and Infinite Diamond. There's an eighth of a mile to go. Dorth Vader, she's 45 to 1, and she's taken the lead and moving away. Red Carpet Ready back to second. Here's a big late run from Guns and Graces. Guns and Graces is going to get second. Bombs away. The winner, Dorth Vader. Dorth Vader in the Devona Dale under Miguel Vasquez. From way back, Guns and Graces is up second. Upsetters 1-2 here, 137-1.
And they're off. Good break for Ziarati from in between horses right out to the front. Check Engine Light is going to be in the early mix. Up on the far outside there is Asset Purchase, and here's Capella. Florent Giroux wants to move through at the rail, but gets shut off here. It's Ziarati is in front. It's Ziarati now up by a head as they come out of the chute. Asset Purchase is going to present a challenge to the outside. Now puts a nose in front. In behind them, it's La Vita Sofia, who's in between horses. This is a wide run there for Sheeta Beauty. Having to take back was Capella, just waiting for room, is now challenging for third as they slow down the tempo. At the back, it's Check Engine Light. Ziarati's got company right to the outside from Asset Purchase. They went 23.54 for that opening quarter mile as they work towards the half-mile pole. It's Ziarati in front. Asset Purchase is stalking from second. Capella wants to go, is at the rail for Giroux, is just looking for room. La Vita Sofia is called upon for the effort, and Sheeta Beauty trying to circle rivals and is doing just that. It's Check Engine Light and Kendra Carmouche, and they're launching a big run here. They're going to come 3 wide after the leaders. Asset Purchase is now in hand, and now Asset Purchase lets it out a notch. Ziarati is now under full drive, is to the inside from second. Capella still looking for room. Sheeta Beauty is now in the clear. Check Engine Lights chasing. La Vita Sofia is at the back of the field as they reach the top of the stretch. Asset Purchase is kicked clear, and Asset Purchase is up by 4 lengths now, approaching the 8th pole. Sheeta Beauty is now up on the grandstand side. It's coming after the leader. It's Asset Purchase trying to put it away, but Sheeta Beauty is now looming up on the far outside, and here she comes. Sheeta Beauty is drifting, but she's taken command. Sheeta Beauty, Asset Purchase. Sheeta Beauty wins the Busher. It's Sheeta Beauty over Asset Purchase. Capella finished third in 1 minute 39.03 seconds.
Pride of the Nile is fractious. And they're off. And Tell Me No Lies is going to the front. Blessed Touch is called on for speed and up to take the lead. And Feza is up close, moving into second. Justique is fourth, about 4 lengths off the early tempo. And Pride of the Nile at the back of the field. Blessed Touch goes very wide around the first turn, but clears off to lead it by about 2. Feza cuts right back into that margin second, and Tell Me No Lies is in third. They're followed by Justique, who's not far away, just 4 lengths off the lead. And it hasn't been a very smooth opening quarter for Pride of the Nile, who's at the back of the field. Down the back stretch they go. And the lead belongs to Blessed Touch, who passes the 5/8 pole in front by 3/4 of a length to Feza in second and Tell Me No Lies third. Pride of the Nile gets some breathing room at the rail in fourth, and Justique outside of her, still about 4 lengths, front to back, less than a half mile to travel. Hector Barrios and Blessed Touch, the controlling speed. Feza is called on now, though. And there goes Feza, quickening the tempo and putting her head in front at the 3/8 pole. Feza's just in front. Blessed Touch trying to fight back second, just a head away. 2 more, and Tell Me No Lies is in third. Justique 3.5 off the pace. And Pride of the Nile, 1/4 of a mile to go. And Tell Me No Lies coming with a 3-wide bid after Feza and Blessed Touch. Feza with the green cap just in front. At the rail, Blessed Touch running gallantly. And Tell Me No Lies, Justique goes over to the rail. They're in the final furlong. And it's Feza with a 2-length lead. And Tell Me No Lies into second. But Feza remains undefeated. She was fantastic, winning the Santa Isabel, pulling clear in the end to score by 3. And Tell Me No Lies was second. Blessed Touch third, then Justique.
They're off in the 2023 Fairgrounds Oaks presented by Fasig Tipton, and Christian Doro broke sharp. South Lawn is off the pace. It's Christian Doro in the yellow cap. Hoosier Philly strides up on the outside here in the early going to engage Christian Doro as they round the first turn, 7 furlongs to go. Pretty Mischievous in the Godolphin blue gallops along in third, with the Ellis Look in fourth, and Southlawn with the rail. As these 3-year-old fillies go to the back of the track, it's Christian Doro, who's the leader here for Joel Rosario, leading a close-up. Hoosier Philly, who's right there for Edgar Morales, the opening quarter for the 29-1 leader, Christian Doro. In 23.65 seconds, they have 5 furlongs to run in the Fairgrounds Oaks. It's Christian Doro with Hoosier Philly, the favorite, right there too. Southlawn in the white cap comes up the rail now for Raylo Gutierrez, has a share of third with Pretty Mischievous, the Untappable and Rachel Alexandra Stakes winner, fourth on the outside for Brian Hernandez Jr. And with Luis Saez, the Alice Look trails the quintet, the half mile in 47.20 seconds. They round the far turn, and here's Hoosier Philly, who's taken the lead as Pretty Mischievous now comes to take on Hoosier Philly as these fillies come toward the quarter pole. With between horses, Southlawn starting a bid. Christian Doro led, but is dropped back. The Alice Look on the far outside. They come for home. It's Pretty Mischievous. She's taken the lead from Hoosier Philly. Charging now is Southlawn. The Alice Look on the far outside. And dropping back was Christian Doro. It's Pretty Mischievous to catch. 1 furlong to go. Pretty Mischievous, but here comes Southlawn, who's rattling home for the meet's leading rider, Raylo Gutierrez. Southlawn has taken the lead. Southlawn's racing away. Southlawn and the Fairgrounds Oaks by 3. Pretty Mischievous was second. The Alice Look third. Hoosier Philly and Christian Doro was eased up.
They're at the post, and they are racing in the 41st running of the Bourbonnais Oaks. It was a fast start for the favorite Botanical. Flashy Gem races up into second from between horses. Renegade Rebel, she wants the lead, and she's intent on splitting horses here, and those 3 across the course on the run the first turn. Long Shot, always at ease, away in the 4th position to the inside. Making the stateside debut is Bolivia, away in the 5th position, about 6 off the pace. She Will Ghost You for the Derby winner. She's 6 and about 7 off the lead early. 30 Thou Kelvin, and Corrales is next. A link to Miss New York. Then a couple links further back as they head up the backside. It is Medallia Forever. And at the back of the pack, AG Bullet. The quarter, 24-2. No excuses here. Even money favorite Botanical showing the way. She's undefeated here at Turfway and shows the way by 2 as they approach the half-mile stage. Renegade Rebel in second. Flashy Gem and Johnny V in the clear from third. Always at ease, and J Love to the inside four, still 5. Back to Bolivie. Now starting to move to the outside of horses as they head into the far turn run. There goes AG Bullet, who fires up into 5th, half mile, 48-2. Botanical still showing the way. Here comes her stablemate, Flashy Gem, who moves a closer second. AG Bullet now third to the outside of Renegade Rebel as they race around the turn. 1 quarter to go. Botanical took him through 3 quarters, 1:13-2, and she comes to the top of the lane with her ears up. It's Botanical doing it nicely up top, but Flashy Gem is bearing down to the outside. AG Bullet still third. 1 final furlong to go for Botanical, who's still finding Landero, shaking her up, and she is responding. Flashy Gem up into second. Botanical with the lead, and Botanical in full bloom to the wire. Botanical was best in the Bourbonnais Oaks. She's a perfect 4 for 4 here at Turfway, and she goes all the way 1:44-2. Botanical, an impressive performance to take the Bourbonnais Oaks.
And there they go in the Sunland Park Oaks. Good start for the favorites. Flying Connection and doing it the hard way. Go right at it early. First time past the stands, and there's going to be an honest tempo for sure. Una Palabra is up into third with Cairo Moon fourth. Out wide a bit is Love Tank. That one 2 in front from Foolish Delight. And at the back of a wicked pace is the fast closing Don't Get Pickled. Good tempo set up front. Flying Connection holds the rail in the lead. Doing it the hard way, shadows her in second. 3 lengths behind them is Una Palabra, isolated third. Foolish Delight speeding up the inside to gain 4th away from Cairo Moon. Then we go back a length to Love Tank and another 10 back to Don't Get Pickled. Up the backstretch they go, and Flying Connection dictates terms. Doing it the hard way is chasing, about a length back. Into third in closing. Foolish Delight comes next. There's Cairo Moon, Love Tank, and Una Palabra, who's got about 7 to gain. It would be a miracle, but miracles do happen if Don't Get Pickled were to win. Into the second turn they go. Flying Connection has done all the heavy lifting, continues to roll on the lead. Chased by Doing It the Hard Way, who's making no progress. Then back into third is Love Tank beginning to emerge. Foolish Delight's out of gas. Then we go back to Una Palabra, Cairo Moon, and Don't Get Pickled. There goes Flying Connection, putting in the knockout punch. She's in front by about 4. Flying Connection leads. Love Tank trying to raise the stakes in second. Nothing left in the tank for Doing It the Hard Way. It's Flying Connection. She's all class, and she's showing no signs of stopping. It's Flying Connection. She's the Sutherland Park Oaks champion, and she's going on to the Kentucky Oaks. Second, Love Tank. Third, the fast closing Don't Get Pickled. Then it looked like maybe Una Palabra for the winner.
Racing in the Gulfstream Park Oaks. Excellent start from the inside for Infinite Diamond, who comes out firing. Flakes tries to hold rail ground, and they'll stack them up as they run around the first turn. The inside duo, the top pair. Darth Vader was very wide on that first turn and improves to take third. From between horses, it's Affirmative Lady. Then it's Miracle. She finds herself off the speed today. Just Catherine is at the rail ahead of Atomically, and the trailer is Sacred Wish. They race past the opening quarter with jockey Edgard Zayas and Flakes in front to half a length. They went 23-3 to the opening quarter. Infinite Diamond is second, Darth Vader on the outside third. Affirmative Lady is down toward the rail in fourth, followed by Miracle fifth. Out deep on the course, Sacred Wish is now sixth, Atomically is seventh, and eighth and last is Just Catherine. They make their way down the backstretch with 4.5 furlongs to the finish. It's Flakes in front. She leads by a half a length over a pressing Infinite Diamond in second. Darth Vader is in the clear for Vasquez, 3 wide third. Affirmative Lady asked to keep up fourth toward the inside. Now racing in fifth is Miracle ahead of Atomically and Just Catherine. Sacred Wish tries to bid up while at the back of the field through a 47 3/2 mile. Around the far turn they go. Flakes given the green light to kick for home, but here comes Darth Vader right up alongside trying to thread the needle. Saez on Affirmative Lady. Down toward the inside, she angles off the heels of the leader. Running home from the back is Sacred Wish as they run to the first finish line. Darth Vader, the local hopeful, comes away with the lead. Flakes, another local hopeful, tries to battle back toward the rail. Off cover is Affirmative Lady, less than a quarter of a mile from home. Darth Vader the target. Flakes is game inside, over the top, and Affirmative Lady starts to pick him up. And here's Affirmative Lady and Luis Saez to the first finish line as they win the Gulfstream Park Oaks. Sacred Wish is in a photo with Flakes for second. Darth Vader is fourth. Ian 144 and 3.
And they're off. In the Fantasy, Condensation gunning hard for the lead from the outside. Right on the inside, Grand Love. Olivia Twist was away sharply. Inside of her is Taxed. And then right to the inside, Towhead is racing in fifth. Pate is following in sixth. Royal Spa is next and followed 2.5 lengths back. She's looking lucky on the inside is alongside Royal Spa. Then 2 lengths back, and it's Take Charge Brianna. And Wet Paint is trailing the field. 3/4 to go. Wet Paint is 11 or 12 lengths off the lead. A solitary trailer as Grand Love leads the way up the backstretch a length and a half. And Condensation has been relegated to sitting outside now in second, and Towhead on the inside third. From between horses, it's Taxed. The gray filly, she's racing in fourth ahead. Olivia Twist is outside of her, a length and a half then. She's looking lucky, is at the rail in the maroon sleeves. She has some fillies to get by. Pate and Royal Spa are outside of her and going on by. Royal Spa in the pink cap is starting to move to mid-pack with Pate, and then a length and a half to Wet Paint. And she's starting to gain to mid-pack from the outside with just minimal urging. And then the back two are Take Charge Brianna, and now she's looking lucky, has dropped back all the way back to trail it. They swing for home.
and wet paint is looming on the extreme outside here. Olivia Twist is running a big one. Grand Love on the inside, and Condensation and wet paint from last has swept by in mid-stretch in the Fantasy. Wet paint is drawing clear. Taxed is moving on by Olivia Twist into second. Wet paint has swept the 3-year-old filly series here, and she's on to the Kentucky Oaks. She wins it with daylight to spare from Taxed, Olivia Twist, and Condensation.
The 2023 Kentucky Oaks is scheduled for Friday, May 5th. It looks like it's going to be a fun, contentious race, as it typically is. Hopefully we've given you an idea of some of the fillies to take a look at as we move closer and closer. Still coming, some of the last round major preps for the Kentucky Oaks. And again, you can see them all right here on Capital OTB TV. But we appreciate your tuning in on this holiday, and we'll see you on the road to the Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby.
Come on.
I want sales reports on my desk by Monday.
Whoops. My bad.
Love racing? RTN brings you every live simulcast on your home television, plus live video streaming and race replays on your PC and mobile devices. To order, visit rtn.tv. RTN, a breed apart.